Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another episode of the A-listers, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single one of you guys right now, please hit the like button, please subscribe. We are here and we have a lot of topics to unpack. We have a lot to discuss. So please do hit the like button, do subscribe. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Sorry, Egal is just struggling with his child. He's going to be joining us in a second. Anyway, look, guys. Before I start the A-lister stream, I just want to say one thing about the situation from yesterday, and I don't want to involve anyone in the background because it's unfair to them, and I know people have friends and stuff like this, so I just don't want anyone in any awkward situation, so I just speak about it myself. Look, I saw what happened to Saeed yesterday. Obviously, me and Mo spoke about it a little bit on MHF, but I'll address it here. Look, I understand that people have differing opinions, and I understand that people might not be on the right side of history. What I hate as a human being is disrespecting any group of people. The fact that he walked towards Said, pointed on the badge and said that. No, it's not that, Julian. It is the flag of the Palestinian people. This is a flag of representation of millions and millions and millions of people around the world. Whether it be people in Gaza right now, whether people be in Palestine right now, whether it be people all over the world. I mean, I've lived a lot of the things that when we talk about the Palestinian people, how many Palestinians are in Jordan right now. When the war was going on, you guys saw live on MHF when me and Mo were doing content together, when there were literal fighter jets above my house as I was live doing MHF content. So I have seen a little bit, and alhamdulillah, I live in a country where there is peace. I've seen a little bit of the implications of war, and I know how dangerous it is, and it's not something to just undermine. It's not just something to laugh at a group of people who are going through a tough time with no electricity, with no internet, with no food supply, with no water supply, and you can't refer to a group of people as that. No, Said is not wearing that. Said is wearing a Palestinian flag. He did not come out and say anything against any group of people. He did not come out and say anything mad. He did not come out and say anything disrespectful. He simply wore a flag on his chest. These are oppressed people who are going through a very difficult time right now. May God be with them. Inshallah, the war ends. Inshallah, we have world peace all over the world, where no one feels in any danger in any way, shape, or form, where everyone is peaceful. World peace is something that I wish we could have in this planet right now. But for me, it's just the disrespect to just point at Said. I'm not even going to talk about his channel or your channel, because I think that makes no difference to this conversation right here. It doesn't matter which channel it was on. Imagine it was on Don Hussam channel. Who cares? The place where it happened does not matter. I don't care that he tried to tell him what to do on his own channel. I don't know. I don't care about that. I care about the fact that he pointed at the flag and referred to a millions and millions of people all over the world as that. No, it's not that. It's a group of people who are suffering right now the consequences of war, who are getting bombarded, who have no basic necessities of life. That's the that he was wearing represents millions and millions and millions of people all over the world, from all different types of colors, from all different types of religions, Christians, Muslims, and other religious faiths as well. So that's the thing that I have an issue with. So for me, I'm in complete support of Said. I'm in complete support of everyone representing the Palestinian people and the struggles that they're going with. And just to piss off everyone a bit more, I'm gonna go get a big ass Palestinian flag and I'm gonna hang it right here. And if you don't want to work with me, just tell me, no problem. Anyway, joining me first and foremost, you get me. He won this week. They beat Leicester. I can't lie to you. Palmer Stinker is on the title. I'm not even gonna lie. I know he's been honest about it and he's been cooked by his own fan base for it, but we're gonna address it regardless. Man like Lewis is in the building. How do you, Lewis, mate? Congrats, 2 wins in a row, 2 clean sheets in a row. How do you feel?
Thank you, man. We're back in the top 4. It's great, man. It's great. It's a cause for celebration as well. It's a birthday. I don't know if I told you, bro.
Whose birthday?
Who do you think?
Your birthday.
No, not me, man. I'm talking about the gargantuan, superior, and indefinite blues, man. Come on, bro. 120 years and counting. It's our birthday today, the 10th of March, man. This is a day to be remembered forever. So, Hassam, if you could come with me and sing, please. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. We fucking run London. Happy birthday to us. You're not gonna sing along?
No. Birthday hype, hold that, mate. Big up.
It's our birthday, and you don't even want to wish us
it's your birthday, not mine. It's not my birthday.
So when it's your birthday, I wish you happy birthday. You don't want to wish me a happy birthday.
No, I would wish you a happy birthday, but not Chelsea.
And I'm Chelsea. So
no,
I was literally born 2 minutes down the road from Chelsea. I'm basically Chelsea.
You know what's also 2 minutes down the road from where you were born? Fulham. So where do we go from here?
No. That's like 10 minutes. 10 minutes a bit farther. Literally.
Joining us next on the channel. He got a draw at home to Arsenal, which for them is like a 5-0 win now, you know, considering how shit they are. So he gets to be on top row with us. And, you know, I hope that he felt the Declan Rice shiver me timbers. How are you doing, Shik, mate?
Oh, shiver me timbers from that Declan Rice shush, man. Shushing teams while drawing to a 14th place Manchester United in a so-called title race, but you want to shush the fans. All right, cool. It is what it is. But I'm doing great, Hassan. Big up to you. Respect for you for what you said as well, and I completely stand with you. And for Saeed, I know you don't want us to talk about it too much, but I do want to say that as well. Respect to Saeed for whatever he did and whatever he went through is absolutely disgusting. But yeah, to go back to the game, we didn't lose. And I mean, if we're in our standards, if we're being honest about it, it is a W. Considering the fact that I'm actually, when we do get into the game, I'm going to talk about how I'm a little bit disappointed because I think we should have left with a win. And I think we had done well enough to leave with a win, but it is what it is. And we're going to talk about it more into the game, but we should have scored that last, and Raya saved them. And that's what I would say. So we should have won. But it is what it is. We move. Season's already over for me. Like I said, I've already mentally checked out. And yeah, man, we're here. Europa League this week. Yeah, we have Sociedad, but then after Sociedad, who could we get? Get a Lazio, or we get any of those type of teams that will eventually meet. It's peak, man. It's peak. But call me negative or not, I'm just being real. But yeah, big up to you. Make sure you guys run the likes, people.
Shik, you gonna wish us happy birthday?
Yeah, go on. Happy birthday, innit? Yeah, man. Happy birthday.
Thank you, man. Thank you. You, a man with decorum and integrity. Thank you, brother.
Go on, man. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday to the Kings of London. That's one thing for sure. Yeah, I will say.
Thank you, man. Thank you. See, was it so hard to Sam? Was it so difficult?
Yeah, but Shik shakes his bum for you every week.
That's not true. I wouldn't say. I mean,
twerking.
Like I said, I don't have any beef with Chelsea, so it's like.
Also, Liverpool and Chelsea are a rivalry, mate.
So when is your birthday?
Where were you all season long when I told you sing "You'll Never Walk Alone" because we're gonna beat Arsenal? You never sang it once.
Because I knew you were winning anyway. I didn't need to
hope for that's a cop out.
I wasn't doing underdog gimmick like you.
Also,
come on, I knew you were winning.
And I beat Man City, who's in a top 4 race with you. So where do you go from here?
Yeah, thank you for that, man. And we're gonna help you out on Sunday and put the final nail in that coffin.
Come on, up the Chelsea. I'm gonna say
so
this Sunday, inshallah, not now. Yahi, relax. Joining us next on the channel, a draw for him is also a win. You get me? The Cherries. He came back. Son didn't celebrate the equalizer though, and they called Spurs low mentality. Anyway, Jacob is in the building.
I've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years, seen my share of triumphs and buckets of tears. But this year's taking it one step too far. I'm wondering if we'll ever win another spar. Hey, what's going on? We can't can't seem to win a game, not a single one. Manager and we need a new plan. Gotta get back on track like only Spurs can. Every Saturday I'm glued to the screen, hoping and praying.
Yeah, it just keeps
Jacob.
going, doesn't it?
Like,
What
just
record?
hit the
Doesn't.
That's actually
What
a
a
tune, you know. I can't even lie.
No, I don't listen to trash like that just because I may sound like I'm from areas of places that they do that kind of thing. Only time I do the hoe down is when I'm with the hose down low. You know what I mean?
Damn.
That's
Big up, Jacob. How are you?
Yeah, big up, everybody.
Big up.
You're gonna wish us happy birthday too, bro.
Yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. See, even he has decorum.
You're like, what? What did I just hear?
It's what we call respect. Heritage.
Hey, I have no words.
Thank you.
Joining us
thank
next on the channel, you get me? The only bum that lost this week. The biggest gaslighter. What's the thing you keep calling him, Jacob? What is it? Moose herder?
AI.
Moose herder. Do you call him a moose herder? Do you call it a
What?
herder or a shepherd?
Who?
Vator, because he herds moose.
Oh, I call him. Yeah, he's a moose shepherd, moose merchant. He's also AI, so technically all his responses are pre-programmed. Yeah, he's like a robot, but he's like a maple
Vator.
syrup robot.
How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. First of all,
Generating new response
happy
based off
birthday!
of.
Happy birthday to my
Okay.
blue brother.
Come on,
You think?
Jake.
Wow.
Thank
He didn't
you
even
so
need
much.
provocation.
No, listen, that's the pride of London right there. You gotta wish him
Come
happy
on,
birthday.
man. You keep the North blue, we'll keep the South. All of that.
That's
You know what
crazy.
it is. You know what it
You know what?
is.
I
That's
take my
wild,
happy
yeah.
birthday back.
Oh,
I take it
sorry,
back.
Sheik. Sorry.
I take it back. I take it back.
Yeah, but no, thanks for having me here, man.
North is
You know
red
what it
this
is.
season, mate.
I'm having what Liverpool had 2 seasons ago. All right, take your shots at me. Tell me that I'm a bum. Tell me that I'm terrible. But hey, we've seen Liverpool bounce back. You guys think I'm not bouncing back? You think I'm not bouncing back? This is my year. All right, take your shots.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate the bullshit you just spewed. Egal is on his way, guys. He's just putting his kid to sleep. He's literally on his way. Don't worry. He's coming.
Yeah, he's actually analyzing the referee's movements for the last 10 minutes of the game, and he'll be back.
I think
I
he's
think
counting the
TJ's in
number
the
of
chat
penalties
just very
Liverpool has
eager
done.
to hear what Egal has to say so he can write it down and then regurgitate it on his shows later.
I think he's looking for Arteta because Arteta, the way he left after the match, like you know how like he left.
So what's the script? What's the script, guys? What's the script? What are we going with today? Can't wait to get that. That is TJ. You keep saying that's me, bro. I can't even grow a beard, and my hairline is not that dusty.
TJ, I agree with you. I think that's actually more TJ than you.
Bro, he lives closer to TJ too.
Where does he live?
What's going on here?
This
Vator,
TJ
can you
can
stop
grow a
acting
beard.
like you ain't seen this joke before? You were literally here. Oh my god, it's actually not getting off the screen. I swear I clicked remove like 5 times. I was like, shit, are we about to do this whole show with this picture up in here?
Yeah,
That's
you guys.
crazy. Yeah, it is what it is. Egal's on his way, you guys. Egal's on his way. Before we start with Man City, let me just read these super chats. Big up to Vator, who says, about to do Taraweeh, but one thing, Chelsea are going to come to the Emirates. They're going to spread it wide open like OnlyFans models. Isn't it, Egal? Oh, we're going to address this. Don't worry.
Oh, you seen the video?
That's crazy. Jeez.
What the?
But he said the same thing about the other game as well. He was like, it's a brothel. And
Oh,
then it ends up.
oh,
being
no.
bro-
No. I think Vator said. Oh yeah, this was it.
Yeah, Vator messaged me. He said he sent you some receipts.
Shout out for
Yeah. Oh, I've already got it here. One sec.
Shall we wait for him to be here or shall we play it now?
No. You know what? Yeah. Hold the super chat.
Big up Vator. Stop saying
did
it's a
he
war,
kick?
it's a genocide. Oh, of course, guys. Of course, yeah. I'm saying we just need peace. Oppressed, occupied, and displaced, but never forgotten. Big up to you, Sean. On the right side of history, Scousers, eh? Except Tom Little supporting England. What a fucking Jedi, bro. What an actual Jedi. Big up to Jack, who says Egal needs to answer for his Twitter tomfoolery. Is what Jack said.
Tomfoolery.
Big up to Dinesh says, evening, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely week. India winning Champions Trophy made my day going to work feeling on top of the world. Congratulations, Dinesh. Congratulations. I'm assuming because you have a cricket profile picture, it's cricket, right?
It's cricket.
Yeah.
It's cricket.
Yeah, congratulations. Big up to you.
Only cricket I know is those damn things that make noise at night out there in the pasture, and you got to go stomp on them.
Only cherries I know is the one you couldn't beat.
I've been a Spurs fan
for
Big
20
up-
long years.
Big up to
And I'm a Spurs fan. That song stuck in my head, actually. For real.
I hate the like the loose
I'm
guitar string
Spurs
sound. I
fan.
hate that shit.
It's like
We could play it
it's
again if you
nice
guys
though.
want.
It's just like it is a nice song.
I prefer
it's quite
Shabuzi.
warming. It's quite warming.
Is it a ukulele or a guitar?
Junior. I actually, you know what?
Actually,
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
steal this Redline Teranga. Next time I intro
Or a banjo.
DJ on my
I think it's a
channel, I'm gonna
banjo.
call him Trevor Junior. Big up Trevor Phillips. Egal is here, you guys. Big up Egal. Big up Egal for joining us.
Hi, everybody.
What up?
Hello,
Hey,
brother.
TJ just couldn't wait to hear what you have to say.
Egal,
So
Egal, it's our birthday.
you
Would
got more
like to wish us
dependence
happy
than that kid
birthday?
that you're taking care of.
What?
Would you like to wish us a happy
Chelsea's
birthday, bro?
Are you gonna tell them happy
Oh
birthday?
yeah, happy birthday to Chelsea.
Thank
I
you,
didn't
bro.
realize you
See,
could-
Kenny,
Egal
you
did it and you wouldn't.
Who didn't say happy birthday? How
You
am I?
see,
the only
Sam,
one
you
who's
are rude. You are
tribalistic?
disrespectful and
You have hate in
rude.
your heart.
For
You have hate
birthday,
in
you
your
don't
heart.
even want to wish us a happy birthday.
I'm
you
the only one
disgrace.
on the panel who didn't say happy birthday, Chelsea. I'm the only one.
Yeah,
No,
because
because
you're
you actually have
rude.
more hatred for Chelsea. than
Rude,
Liverpool.
rude.
What do you mean you have more hatred than Chelsea? They're your local rivals as well.
Yo, you guys have a fiercer rivalry with Chelsea with the Champions League days back in the day.
You're not a
but-
forgiving man.
Oh, you know
Hassan,
what?
that's
Big
I
up
don't
Egal,
even-
man. Thank you, man. A man of
Big up
honor.
Egal. Put up the clip then, Mr. Big up Egal.
Oh, what the receipt Vator said? Okay.
Oh yeah, the receipt. Why are you stuttering now? He's here. Yeah, put up that shit
What,
right
what
now.
do you
Go on.
mean, bruv? It's up here. There you are.
Go on. Yeah,
There
yeah,
you are.
Mr. Big up Egal. Yeah. Tell him
You
how
will
much.
say
you
I'm
wanna
a
big
I
him
big him up. I show respect. He
up. Yeah,
wishes us
show
a
him how
happy
much you want to big him up. Go on.
Well, Vator asked me to play this, so.
Now, yeah, it's locked in. I call the clips here. Say no
One
more.
second. By the way,
Okay, but look, say no more. Say no more. No one is
First and foremost, I'm
You
I wanna
sound
know.
like my missus, bro,
I
when she
wanna
tries
know.
to get me to shut up,
I'm
which is very
confident
difficult.
next week. Manchester United play defensive. I know for a fact Chelsea are not going to play defensive at the Emirates.
We don't care about that. We want to know what Steve has to say.
Chelsea are going to come to the Emirates and they're going to spread it wide open.
win the dog hostage right now.
Chelsea's coming to the Emirates. They're going to go like this.
No wins off of us.
They're going to spread it.
Oh,
Yeah,
First off,
very
thank
good.
you for the birthday wishes again, but
Good.
you really think we're gonna just spread it?
They're gonna spread it. How do you
Okay,
post a
you guys-
Havertz 5-0 goal
Treat
as
that
the
thing
best
like
Guys
some
don't
moment?
butter.
understand.
That's crazy.
Hashtag
No, I'm not gonna say
CFC
we're gonna
120.
play defensive either. Do you think we're just gonna spread it?
I think you guys are going to play an open game.
And
Did
it's gonna
Egal
be
post
easy
a
for you as
Havertz
a
goal and
result.
say this is one of the best moments?
No, I said Chelsea Arsenal when we beat them 5-1, 5-0. That was a memorable moment for me.
Okay. Fans want Gerrard to play 5 games to win the league. Yeah, I'm down. Why not? Fuck that. Let's go shameless. All out shamelessness. Just give him 2 minutes at the end of each game and make sure he gets a medal. Why not? Yalla, he's a free agent. Sign him up.
Ridiculous.
Let's go.
it's ridiculous.
Isn't he a manager right now?
No.
That's
No,
how
no.
desperate they are.
I thought he was in Saudi.
He left.
Yeah, he got sacked.
Uh,
Oh, he left. Before he got sacked.
Yeah, I thought he
a
got
fight
sacked.
a fight will break out between Slot and Arteta game week 36. It's possible. It's not impossible. But because Vator only has an hour, we're gonna start with City Forest and then we're gonna go to the Arsenal section. So big up all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video, guys. We have 550
Canadians.
people in here. Can we get the likes up, Yahi? Look at these frauds. We're not even at 200 likes yet. This is gonna be one of the best A-listers episodes. I promise you, it's gonna be one of the best A-listers episodes. So let's
You know
just
what I
get this.
noticed about Vader? Every time something bad happens to City, he has time stipulations to his appearances.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I only have an hour.
That
I
is
only have
such
an hour,
a fraudulent
so I've gotta go-
statement.
Gotta
That
go
is
herd
such
some
a
moose.
fraudulent statement.
But is he wrong? I don't
No,
think
he
he
is-
is.
I'll
wrong.
be
No.
honest, I don't remember Vator ever finishing a show with us.
Thank you. And that's accurate. And Hussam knows because hey, listen, I don't want to spill any behind the scenes. I'm trying to become a regular. It's difficult to become a regular during the workday. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Go
That's
ahead.
the problem.
Talk to me about Forest first.
So what other excuses you got for your team, just like your schedule?
Well, I mean, I got excuses fighting for a top 4. What kind of excuses you got this year? But let me
Fighting for
speak on
top 10,
Forest.
baby. We fighting.
Yeah, you fight for that.
Road
top
to
10.
safety.
Classic Spurs. Now, this game,
Still above
listen,
United.
guys, listen. Forest. Hussam knows they're tough. They're tough. They're tough to beat. And I'm not a good team right now. I'm not a good club. I got players that are aging out. I mean, 1-0 is the best I could have actually hoped for, other than a draw, which I was actually praying for. 1% hope or 1%
Me too, man.
chance, 90% hope. That was what I was looking at. But listen, I didn't play well across the board. Not one player can I really go, you know what? You guys were going to own this game. You guys were going to take advantage of it. Pep doesn't have the system. He's trying to figure it out. Players are trying to, I guess, play without the system. That's not working out either. My hope is that we stay close enough to this top 4 to be able to play in Europe, to be able to spend like you guys all know what we're going to do. We're going to spend just like we did in January, because we haven't been spending like that for a couple seasons now. And we're going to get right. This game was poor from clinical finishes, poor from defending, and poor from even, listen, yes, my keeper, Ederson, poor in terms of...
Oh, interesting.
Why is
This
that
the week after the actual best Brazilian goalkeeper has an elite performance away in Paris. Go on.
Yeah,
They're the
Alisson had
same
a good
age.
game.
One guy's washed off to Saudi Arabia, and the other guy's the best keeper in the world.
No, one guy's not washed. One guy's won everything. So he's got motivation to then get that bag. Another
Hello,
guy.
Vator, knock.
What?
Haven't
AI
they both?
mistake. You're
What?
talking to me, not Egal. Alisson also won everything. What the
He's
fuck
only
are
won
you
everything
talking
once, so he's motivated
knock.
to win it again.
This guy
No, why is
talking like, you think I'm an Arsenal fan? You just have automatic responses.
No,
No,
it's
Alisson
not-
won it all as well. You
He
bum.
won it.
But he has
won
more-
it.
everything.
There's more Premier League titles on him, but they've won the same amount of
He
Champions
tried
Leagues.
You know, this is not the
No,
Arsenal
no,
section.
no.
I don't know why you guys always have.
Yeah, I don't know. No, hey, Egal, don't.
Yeah,
don't get
exactly.
triggered. Yeah,
Just
let's have
AI
You
some-
could have
era.
mentioned Tottenham. You could have
Jacob,
mentioned
you were
Manchester
cooking.
United. You
Jacob,
could have
you were
mentioned
cooking.
Chelsea. I don't get it.
It's really AI. Jacob was cooking. Can't even lie.
No, listen.
Can't put Robert Sanchez in these.
Can
debates.
you let me build on a point? The fact that he's won everything,
He's won
More
everything.
than-
okay.
more than just once. The fact that he's also set a
Look how
record
he's
in the Prem.
lying. Say swear you didn't stop at he's won everything. Say swear. And I'll mute my mic for this whole section. Say swear
No,
you didn't.
That was one
Say
sentence.
swear you
period.
didn't full stop period at his won
Yeah, I
everything.
hit a period, but there's other
Okay,
sentences.
done,
after
man.
that.
Done. Your point's in the back.
Oh my gosh. Listen, if Allison had won multiple times, do you think he would still be motivated to remain here? He hasn't even signed his deal. He's got questions on whether he wants to stay or not. So my keeper has won everything more than once, has got the big bag waiting for him for Saudi, and I can understand why he may move on. You throwing out that he's washed, that's why I came off mute and had to talk about it. But listen, when we got a team like we have right now that have aged out, when we got a team that have been playing like this, and I'll admit, other clubs have figured us out. They figured us out. They know how to make life difficult for us because we don't have the pace in the midfield, because we don't have the creativity. Pep played that game with, you would say, the youth. He played that team with what we should expect moving forward. And even when we brought on a KDB, wasn't that much of a difference maker as much as he was trying to be creative. We have a problem. We have a serious problem. And it's not getting fixed this season. We're just going to bandage over the cracks. We're just going to try to deal with it. And we're going to attack and actually have a bounce back season like Hussam's accustomed to when he was playing in Europa a couple of seasons ago. We're going to bounce back and play and challenge next year. That's
our Europa last season once again.
Me
Actually,
too.
incorrect information.
We'll be back next year, bro.
Well, all right, Hussam. Last season. Great example, right? Great example. I don't keep track of you guys like that. My apologies. But you were just playing Europa last season. And look at what you're doing this season. So I got no issue having to fight for top 4 and then challenge next year. Jacob, I'm not talking about you. Relax. You've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years. Now, all I'm going
Can I
to say...
ask you the $1 million question before Egal asks it?
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
Mr.
What's the point?
Philip
What's the point of
Walter?
City?
No,
All right.
no.
Yeah, I'll
Mr.
talk
Philip
about
Walter.
Phil. I'll talk about Phil
Yes.
Foden.
Because I know you can at least be honest about this season.
The way you
Okay,
phrase
you're
that,
being
you act
honest
like I'm
about
not
your
always
club.
honest.
One second, you're being honest about your club. You're saying we're in top 4 race. This is an
Computer
off-season.
cannot
Respect.
lie.
I agree. This is an off-season. I don't think any City fan should be pep out. I don't think any City fan should throw their toys at the pram. I'm in agreement with you. But you also, other than recruitment and cheeky and off year, we can also talk about certain individuals on the pitch who are playing like dog shit this season. You notice how I've never cooked Haaland? You want to know why? Because he doesn't have enough service. You notice how I've never cooked the likes of Nico Gonzalez because I think he's a very good player. Even Kovacic, I haven't really cooked him that much. But like there are certain players who I do think this season have actually gone down a couple of levels. This is the worst I've seen Gvardiol play. We have to be honest.
Whoa,
we have to be
whoa,
completely honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
He's gone down one level.
yeah,
Not
he's gone
bunch
down.
of
He's
levels.
gone down. Like last
He's much
season
better
when we were
than
doing
this. Yeah, he's
when we were working with each other
His
doing
debut
teams of the
season.
year.
Yeah, his debut
Everyone
season.
put Gvardiol left back, other than Jacob. He put Udogie because he's delusional. But everyone else put Gvardiol left back.
Because he
He had
was
a great
better,
debut season.
arguably. But yeah.
But everyone put Gvardiol left back. Now no one even nominate him. Like
Yeah.
no one.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
but-
he's a
Yeah,
goal
but it's
scorer.
not because it's not because
he's not really being like scoring lately. That's why people have been talking about him. Cucurella, he's up there as probably top 5.
yeah, Cucurella's having a very good game or a very good season, I should say. But
Jeff
listen,
Jones is
with
the
regards
best
to-
fullback in the world right now, full stop.
Oh, God.
No, there's better fullbacks. There's a lot of good fullbacks in the Premier League. Think about it.
Did you see Kirkaz's cross?
There's Milos.
Kirkes is a hoe. I don't give
He's
a
a
damn about
baller.
Kirkes.
Kirkaz is
Yeah, the whole got an assist against you yesterday.
No, Kirkaz is
Okay,
fire.
cool beans.
I-
What does that mean? Nothing. No, the fuck did he
Also-
do?
Yeah,
Nothing.
Also, don't sleep on Robinson.
Robinson, yeah.
Robinson's
That's
oh,
who I
yeah.
think is the best left back in the league this season, Robinson. Honestly.
He's balling.
Jet Spence, you're right.
I would
He
agree.
is the best
Consistent-
left
I
back
mean,
and
I have
right
an
back.
issue when you talk about defenders. in the first
Consistency,
team,
One of
and
the
that's
best
their
in
offense.
anything.
But
Consistency wise, this season it's been a
He's all
non-top
I've
6
got.
left back who's been the most
No,
consistent.
you actually do have someone who with a stronger case, which is Kulusevski. That's the only one who you could put up there.
Bro, before this injury, he was shit the last 2 months, admittedly. As much as I want to hype up LeBron James, I can't.
Don't you dare compare him to LeBron. What the fuck?
He's the LeBron James versus City. He's LeBron James. He's
Versus
like that
City,
one game where
though.
LeBron's like, I'm going to be a good player. That's where Kulu shines.
versus City.
Guys, we're allowing
the
Vator
point,
to
though,
get
like-
away with a loss.
I'm
Yeah,
not
back
getting
to the
away
point
with
though,
anything.
Guardiola,
I'm
like I
really-
wouldn't say he's dropped like massive levels, but he's definitely dropped like a level for sure.
Yeah, and I'll
'Cause
speak
I
for
think
the
he's
whole
better
thing.
than this. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
he
think
is
you
better
should
than
have-
this.
for the money that you've spent on him, of course, too, and obviously he's the season that you had last season with him. There's certain expectations, and I feel like the same way how we talk about players, we have to
Yeah.
you have to keep those same expectations for him. But I don't think
Are you
he's
going to
fallen
keep
off
the same
cliff.
expectations as well for Foden, Mr. Vator? Can we be
There's
I was
honest?
gonna say that.
There's always high
Yeah.
expectations when it comes to Manchester City players. If you notice, all of you across the board, whenever you guys want to do a comparison in terms of what's good, what's the standard, you refer to City first, right? You always want to refer to your players to a City player. You want to refer to how.
I don't.
Okay. When you want
Wait,
to refer
why am I
to
not top
how
row?
a club should be ran, when you want to talk about how a club should scout, when you want to talk about consecutive wins and all that kind of stuff, City's the one you refer to. Now, with regards to Gvardiol, yeah, I think he's dipped off. I think he's dipped off for a few reasons. Again, Pep has asked him to play left wing back. There's a game where he pretty much played left forward. There's also games where he's all over the place. I think he's overplayed, in my opinion. I also think that if he was just asked to be a defensive player, it's all calm. He'd do his duties because he came here actually being a left back. I mean, being a center left back to actually
A
now
left-sided
playing
center
on the left
back,
back. So he's had to do a lot. I think he'll get back to his form across the board. City don't look good. Foden, everybody's quick to talk about last year's Player of the Year. Where is he? What's he doing? Why is he so poor? Again, across the board, I think you'd almost say everybody to a man at Manchester City, maybe with the exclusion of Holland, like Hussam said. I wouldn't have
And
any
the
talk-
new players. And the
yeah,
new
and the new players that just arrived in January, of course. But everyone to a man that's been here from day one of this season to now, you'd say all have a poor season, including Phil Foden. I don't think it's by any surprise. I don't think it's to isolate just one. Pep has got to change it up. Foden's game, this is where I'm going to be balanced, which you guys are probably unaccustomed to coming from a City fan. Foden can't work in the way we're playing. We're playing way too slow. We're playing in where it's mad congested. I watched the game, and I'm screaming at the team to play with some pace, with some urgency. I'll give credit to Hussam. I'll give credit to what Slot is doing with regards to their attack. Not everything is like, hey, we're going to have confidence in our build-up, in our possession. Sometimes it's like, get that ball out. Trent, spray that. Van Dijk, spray that. Get Salah running downhill on somebody or even on the other wing, but they're running downhill. We need to do more of that, and we don't. And it's something that I hope my manager listens. I mean, I hope he responds to my DMs because I'm hitting him up with some plays with what I know we could do. But
Look at this guy.
I hope we fix it
They're
next
trying to
season.
help out Pep.
Yo, trust me, I'm trying to help out Pep.
Man,
Bro
he's
said
trying to
RG
help
Man's trying to
out
help out
Now you think you're gonna check the
Guardiola.
DMs.
Pep
Yeah,
Guardiola. Yeah.
Pep. The Pep. Listen,
He's
respond.
trying to
to my
help
DMs.
out Pep Guardiola. Are you mad?
What do you mean? Why would I be mad to want to?
Pep probably needs friends. He's going through divorce, bro. It's tough on everybody.
Pep's got enough friends. I don't want to just want to help him tactically. I think he needs another person sitting next to him on that sideline.
And a Canadian is the guy he's going to be. A Canadian AI man.
You think he'd
That's what
rather
we're
an
saying.
American? Relax. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
What?
America.
They're trying to get American
Enough said.
owners out of the league. You think they're going to try to add?
They say
fans
that,
as well?
and we're buying more. All right,
where
you
are we
keep
going
saying
with
that.
Where are we
No,
going
I don't
with
know
this?
where I don't know where he's going. No, but listen, Foden, poor. Take your shots at him, guys. If you think this is Phil, cool.
But why do you always make it this way? See, this is the problem I have.
What do you
with
mean make it this
why
way?
do you always make it like, oh, take your shots at him, guys? Why is it about taking shots? Like, who said it's about taking shots? Can't you just come up here and be honest? Like, oh, he's shit this year. This is unacceptable. We're Man City. Like, why is it? Oh, you take your shots at him. Like, it's not about taking your shots at him.
because
It's
I can
about
say that
you
about
saying the reality.
Because Hussam, I can say that about everybody.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Because not everybody won Player of the Year. Not everyone has expectations like Phil Foden. Do you think I have same expectations for Salah and Diaz? No, I don't.
Can I show you guys something?
That's why I got asked to apologize for Diaz after 2 fucking goals.
Vader.
Do you think anyone's apologizing to Salah after 2 goals?
Vader.
No, they're not, because he scored that in 1 game.
Vader.
What up?
You said to me in January, look at him. He's the best player in January. He's the best player in the Premier League in January.
I said,
Since
look at this one,
January,
yeah, absolutely.
this has been Phil Foden since January. This has been Phil Foden. Where is Phil Foden? Brother, the reality is we're going to have to ask how a Premier League and PFA Player of the Year winner, not candidate, winner, is looked as a piece to a cog and not a real like mainstay, not really that main guy. Like for example, Freddie Ljungberg won, I think, Premier League Player of the Year one time. Let's put him in that category. He's not the Henrys, he's not the main man. He can be the peripheral pieces. That's not an insult. He's a great player. No one's taking away from him saying he's not a great player. It's just he's not the guy who moves the needle.
No, here's why I have issue.
He's a guy who can. He's a guy who can win a game, but he's not a guy who you can look at and say, "This is what we need from you for the rest." This is
why I have an issue when you do that.
This is what we need from you now that everyone else is out.
Egal, I'm cool with that convo. I'm absolutely cool with that convo. I'm not having it now. I'm not having it now. Because you're going from what he's built himself up to do and was at, let's say, the crescendo last season, right? When it was all clicking, when we needed him, because you guys want to quickly ignore what he had to do to deliver last season. I'm not ready to have the conversation and put him in that category like he won't be that key guy for us.
Will he ever be a Kevin De Bruyne for City?
That's the thing, though. That's the thing. Even in a bad season, though, we've all seen all our clubs have terrible seasons. I'm going through one right now at this moment, of course. But we've seen players still shine through them and still, you know, in those dark moments, still take a game by the scruff of the neck, get goals for you, you know, pull the strings and all those type of things. Whether you want to say he's not that type of guy, I hear that. He's not that type of player.
I'm not saying that.
I hear that. However, this season, though, we haven't even seen that. That's the thing. We've seen a couple of games where he's scored, but it's like games which mattered, like the PSG game. The PSG game, I didn't think he played well, and there's a lot of games in throughout the season where you don't think he's actually played well. And the thing to Egal that I agree with him is putting him to that standard. Is this guy's won all these awards and all these things that we're talking about from him, and he's not anywhere looked. I don't think he's looked anywhere near that standard. To be honest,
not this year, and this is why
not this season. Yes,
that's why when I say, and Hussam gets triggered, I say take your shots now because he doesn't look to be holding that form now. I'm ready. I'm ready to keep these receipts and be like, oh guys, let's talk about Phil Foden again because I think it's system based. I think it's also a matter of him.
So you agree he's a system player?
No, it's not a system player because everyone across the board at City don't look good. Everybody. And when you guys want to mention, oh, can he be a KDB? He was
Okay.
Phil Foden with KDB next to him, right?
All right.
It's
I
a
have
matter
another
of-
agenda I need to
But
speak
see,
about.
now that he doesn't have
One
the
second.
KDB next to him,
Let me
he's
say
not a
one
Phil
more
Foden.
thing.
He's not going to be
That's
a
what I'm trying
KDB.
to
He's
say.
going to be Phil
Guys.
Foden, and he's going to be that with the players that we have with the system that we run. But I'm
How
not
much
trying to
money-
have him be KDB.
How much money did Man City spend in January, guys?
170 M's.
Now
Yeah,
you
about
tell
like 200
me.
million, yeah.
Now you tell me which club
Are we
would
talking
be
money?
allowed to spend that type of money and continue to have poor performances.
Which club?
Only
The club
Man
that won
City.
4 in a row.
You guys are being allowed liberties because you've won it. I get
We've
it.
earned the liberties.
I get it. I get it.
I've earned a black
same-
card.
the
My
same
credit
way-
rating has
one
allowed me to
second.
earn the black
The
card.
same
You
way
can't
where
get it
you've
yet.
got 1 second. The same way where you've gotten to this situation where you've constantly just taken out pieces from title winning squads to the point where now your squad's not looking competitive. You guys have gone and strengthened in January, and we've not seen any direct results off the back of it. One good performance from
that.
Omar Marmoush, but
Yeah, I
outside of
get
that, the rest of the performances have been
Because-
very shaky.
Yeah, because our investments weren't band-aid fixes. We didn't just go out and get a Sterling for the season. We didn't just go out and get a Mourinho just to cover up the cracks. We got players because we are going to be attacking next season. We got 20-year-olds. We got center backs that are not established, that are not stars. They're promising, but that's what we went out and got. Now, Marmoush, absolutely. We went out and got him because we lost Julian Alvarez, and Julian Alvarez is killing it. He is absolutely killing it. So Marmoush is going to have to get up to speed, and he's going to be key to us this season to close out and be top 4. And when I put up the 4, it's not because we won 4, it's to remain in top 4. And we're also going to have to fix up moving forward because KDB potentially is leaving. Gundogan is potentially leaving. Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish, maybe Stones or Ake. We've got a lot to do. This spending wasn't, oh, we're now going to be having great performances. We're going to be challenging Arsenal and potentially trying to get closer to Liverpool. No, the spending we did in the January transfer window.
I love the fact that now the narrative has changed to get close to Liverpool. I fucking love my club, bro. This is just the
I
most
love
out
this
of nowhere
season.
thing.
That's
like-
what I'm saying. You got to live it up. You got to be as shameless as
No,
possible.
listen, me, I am not shameful, and I'm gonna go on the record right now and say Manchester City are gonna be there next season. I'm not an idiot, bro.
Yeah, think
I
they're
know
gonna
Pep
be there too.
Guardiola has not lost like 2 league titles in a row. I know what Manchester City is about. But for now, the reason why we criticize Foden and your best players is because your best
But
players
you
are
didn't know
held
you
to
were going to
different
be back
standards.
this year.
No one's going to sit up here and say stuff about, oh, let's talk about Rico Lewis and Ortega. Of course we're not, because when your team is not doing well, you talk about the best players. Just like the year I didn't do well, people were talking about Salah with me on Spaces as you were there. People were talking about Van Dijk. People were talking about Van Disney at the time.
Wait.
People were talking about Trent can defend. People were talking about Alisson, blah, blah, blah. You were there. You heard it. This is completely irregular. If Chelsea now don't get top 4 from this position till the end of the season, guess who people are going to talk about? Cole Palmer, Caicedo, and Enzo Maresca. People ain't going to sit up here and cook
the big price
like, you
tag.
know, they're not going to cook whoever like Colwell or just Neto or something.
Just
Because
for the
people
record,
talk
I'm
about
not
your
cooking.
best players. Same way when we get to the Arsenal section, guess who we're going to talk about? Arteta, Rice, Saliba, Gabriel. Normal.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
not special to you.
No,
We
Odegaard?
talk about
It
all the
has
best
nothing-
players at all the clubs.
Yeah, it has
No,
nothing
and
to
the
do with
ref.
me.
And the ref.
Yeah, the ref.
Oh,
It has
and
nothing to do with me.
measurements as
And
well. I heard
penalties,
there's a new
yeah.
one we're throwing
And
in there.
VAR. Yeah, we'll talk about all that. And like, yeah, not
It was 11
non-red cards.
steps, not 10.
Anyway,
Yeah.
let me just do the super chat so we can move on to Arsenal. Big up to BIG who says Slot is a better manager than Arteta. Cry Egal. Factually, if he wins number 20, factually he is, whether we like it or not. Big up to you. Big up to Manchester Police Department, whoever the fuck you are. Big up Said. Palestine will be free. Hey, big up Manchester Police Department.
That's crazy.
Only this community can come up with shit like this, bro. Big up to Insomniac says Vator, genuine question. Do you think the charges would affect attracting big players, and was Haaland's contract just to address that?
Sorry, my princess just asked me a question. What was that? Vader, genuine question.
Do you think the charges would affect City attracting big players, and was Haaland contract just to address that?
Oh, that's an absolutely great question. I think there was a lot of hesitancy in terms of who we were getting early in this whole fighting the charges. I think there's been a few things that have kind of slipped out. I think there's a lot of confidence with the club with regards to what may be happening next season and how we'll be affected. Hence why they were like, hey, Holland, yeah, we can do this. The signings, I think Marmoush is a big reason on why I think we can still get some key players. But we had to move slowly before the word came out, and it looks pretty promising. I think we're going to get
I don't think yet City will have a problem. I think if it's announced that they're guilty, that's when they'll have a problem.
Yeah.
No, there's no guilty. Well, listen, we're gonna get charged because there's things we did wrong. But in terms of
you're missing the point. He's asking, do you think it would affect attraction? I'm saying not now. Only if it's announced that they're guilty, it would affect. Not now.
Yeah, not now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying,
also,
if it's announced like 2 months from now,
yeah,
like if it's announced like 2 months from now, hey guys, City are guilty of 80 charges of 115 or whatever, and there's massive repercussions to it, then of course players would go like, shit, I don't want to go to that situation. That's nothing crazy.
Yeah, I don't think those type of guilty charges are coming out. That's all I was saying.
Fair enough. Shameless City fans creating excuses for Foden. Hey, just like
whoa, JJ.
Hey, JJ.
I'm addressing
why
JJ.
we call Hamza Vator from England. It's just
I think he's creating excuses. I think he said that he's not having a good season.
Exactly. So don't accuse me of being a shameless City fan and presenting excuses. There's one fan base that are exceptionally good at creating excuses. I'm not one of them.
And speaking of, this is perfect transition to the Arsenal Man United section. And guys, you guys are taking the piss with the like button in the chat. Vel has edited out an Egal mini movie. Grab your popcorn. 3 minutes and 30 seconds of greatness. I'm only gonna play it if we get 250 likes. It's a free button. Close your live chat, like the video right now. Egal mini movie from everything he said this season is going to be played on this.
Oh, damn.
And I do request from this lovely panel, for once, I've never made this request. Please, as soon as the mini movie is over, let me talk, because I have a lot to say about Arsenal. And I just want to, yes, just let me talk.
Let me land.
I have so much I want to say about Arsenal. Just based off of what I saw from Egal consistently disrespecting my club on Elon Musk's platform. You get me? X, as they call it now, previously called Twitter. We are at 230 likes. We're 20 likes away. Like the video now. Spam the shit out of the like button.
Hussam, what about TikTok? What about TikTok? He doesn't disrespect you guys over on TikTok.
Wallahi, unfortunately, TikTok is banned in Jordan, akhi, so I don't even know.
So you're not even aware of what he's doing over there.
I'm literally not even aware, my brother. So, yeah. Anyway, I think, let me check. I think we just hit 250 likes. So everyone, sit back and enjoy this.
Maybe not.
3 minutes and 30 seconds of greatness and receipts.
Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Asna jabo, asna jabo, asna lule. Asna jabo, asna jabo, asna lule. Jabo, 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 lule, lule, lule. Jabo, 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 jabo. Asna jabo, monti jabo, asna jabo, monti jabo, asna lule, wama lule noni. Asna jabo, asna jabo, asna lule, wama lule noni so. Asna jabo, monti jabo, asna jabo, wama jabo noni. Asna lule, monti utokili, asna jabo, asna jabo.
Listen, don't take this as disrespect. This is just the honest truth.
Disrespect. I'm asking the question.
Let me say my point before you jump. My point is, I am not worried about Liverpool in the foreseeable future, because at this moment in time, I'm seeing Liverpool going through drastic change, and with drastic change comes regression. From Liverpool Football Club, we're going to see slight regression. I'm not saying they're finished as a club. I'm not doing the whole, they're going to be outside of the top four, they're going to be finished. Even if you sign the right manager, even if you bring in a replacement for Mo Salah, I don't see Liverpool competing at the top of the table next season verbatim.
Why not?
if Arsenal were to finish behind anybody in this league this league table that's not named Man City, that would be something that I would consider a sackable offense for Arteta. Liverpool is so lucky. You are so lucky. Oh my goodness. That could have been a goal in the 94th minute and 50 something seconds. And boy, by the skin of your teeth, you get a draw. Aston Villa should have won that game. Liverpool fans, you live to fight another day. You gained a point. And remember, that was a point gain, not 2 points dropped. Your performance was shocking. 2 games in a row. You're starting to shake it. Congratulations to Liverpool Football Club. I don't think Arsenal are going to go on to win this league anymore. I've been harping on about Liverpool all season. Maybe I need to take a little bit of humble pie right now and just sit back and just look back at what's happened this season.
Old man Sterling on the field. Memories flood my mind. Once a legend of the game. Now he's trailing behind. Finished like Puskas. Goals left to be missed. Now he fumbles like Lukaku. How did it come to this? We've seen the best of you back when your legs could fly. Dribble like Maradona. Now you're just getting by. Runs like my grandpa, oh how the times have changed. Old man Sterling, your glory's been rearranged.
Big up Bell for that elite
W12 chats.
Big
What a
up
movie.
Bell just won, ladies and gentlemen. My
25 Oscars.
My editor. Big up. Let me start off this section, even though it's an Arsenal Man United game. There was a moment yesterday, and I'm just gonna address this. Declan Rice scores an equalizer against 14th place Manchester United and proceeds to shush the Man United fans.
Shiver me timbers. Ooh.
He proceeds to shush the Man United fans. And this is a culmination of the problem with Arsenal Football Club. You're shushing Man United, who are 14th, instead of grabbing the ball and running back to halfway line. Mathematically, you're still in a title race, whether we like it or not. This isn't about gimmicks. Mathematically, as an Arsenal Football Club player, you should have still believed yesterday that mathematically you can still win the league. Instead of grabbing the ball and running back to halfway line and going like, let's go get the second, let's score the second, you start shushing the Man United fans. What are you shushing? The Man United fans know that they're crap. They know that they're shit. Shik started off today's video by saying, this season's done. This season's over. They already know that there is nothing to fight for other than Europa League, and even that's a slim chance. You're shushing a whole stadium who are 14th. There is nothing to shush. That's the equivalent of shushing Southampton. It's the equivalent of, with all due respect, shushing Ipswich or someone like that, shushing Wolves. What are you shushing? There is nothing to shush. That's number one. Number two, the coping mechanisms and the copium by the Arsenal fans this season has been absolutely electrifying. I have no problem with Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal is not my rival. I don't care. I hate Manchester United. I hate Everton. I hate Chelsea because I grew up on Benitez, Mourinho, and to a smaller degree because of Manchester City and the title races, I have a hatred towards Manchester City. I have no hatred towards Arsenal Football Club whatsoever. As a matter of fact, you guys remember 2 seasons ago when I was actually pulling for Arsenal to beat Manchester City to the league. What I have a problem with is now Arsenal fans coping mechanisms by disrespecting Liverpool Football Club and calling this the PGMOL League. You're telling Liverpool Football Club that this is the PGMOL League when we have had to see a Rodri handball away at Goodison stop us from winning a league title. When I had 9 points robbed off of me by VAR last season, when I had 15 injuries, no one came to me and said, Hussam, the reason why you didn't win the league is VAR and injuries. No one said those words. You know what people said? Klopp is a fraud. He's mentally tired. How can you win a league title with Nunez and Diaz? These are shit players. At the start of the season, I'm going to call everyone out. People predicted Liverpool to come 5th. People were saying Liverpool are going to finish below Spurs. Some people predicted Liverpool to finish below Man United. Some people predicted Liverpool to finish below Chelsea. Carefree Lewis, I'm not going to cook him. I'm simply going to quote him. In the summer, he said, don't compare us to Arsenal and Man City, but with Liverpool, we don't know yet. So even Lewis was just saying we don't know yet. And out of nowhere, this random bald Dutch manager pulls up to Liverpool Football Club, plays Gravenberch as DM with no signing whatsoever other than Federico Chiesa, who has 2 Premier League appearances. I ain't even seen him all year long. Salah with an all-timer season, and we're now 15 points ahead in March. If you want to talk injuries, let's talk injuries real quick. Alisson was injured. Trent was injured. Bradley was injured. Joe Gomez was injured. Konate was injured. Tsimikas was injured. Curtis Jones was injured. McAllister was injured. Harvey Elliott was injured. Gakpo is currently injured. Diogo Jota was injured. Chiesa was injured. Look, I'm at 12 injuries. And if you want to talk about injuries affecting your season and your title charge, okay. Last season, we had all those injuries. We finished 3rd and won a Carabao Cup. Why aren't you winning anything this season? You're leaving this season once again with nothing. And don't even dare talk about Champions League. You can't even beat Man United. You think you're going to go to the Bernabeu or the Wanda and do something. And now I end it on this point. You have to be graceful in defeat. You have to come up here when you haven't been good enough and say, look, the team in first place was better. And it's as simple as that. And you want to know the proof that the team was in first place is better? I'll give you objective reality proof. Number 1, Liverpool were top of the league before Arsenal had any injuries. Also, Liverpool were ahead of Arsenal before Saka was out. And Liverpool was ahead of Arsenal before Odegaard was out. And Arsenal dropped points in 4 games with all their team fit. They drew at home to Everton with Saka and Odegaard there. They drew at home to or away to Fulham with both of them fit. They drew away to Chelsea when Odegaard came in. Oh, shiver me timbers. The Chelsea players were shitting it. And they had 1 shot on target away at Newcastle where they lost 1-0 with their whole team fit. You had the chance in January because Saka was out to go sign a player. You had the chance. Ollie Watkins, who, insert Arsenal buzzword, is not a floor raiser. He's not a ceiling raiser. All these fucking buzzwords that the Arsenal fans love. He does not elevate and floor raise and ceiling raise. Just use words that all of us can understand. Stop trying to be a smartass. Just say win now player. All of us here understand the word win now player. If I said, Lewis, you need 2 more win now players, he'll get it. What the hell's a floor raiser?
Sorry, I only know 16-year-old Brazilians, unfortunately.
Exact. Typical bullshit. Typical bullshit. Ollie Watkins scored. He scored away at Brentford. You could have had him in January. It's not my fault you didn't sign players. What's currently happening is a massive disrespect to Liverpool Football Club in first place ahead by 15 points in March to act like this is the PGMOL League. Mo Salah has scored 9 penalties this season. The same people. Cole Palmer is the best player in the world. How many penalties did he score last year? There were people in Bruno's first 6 months where they said he's better than Lampard. How many penalties did Bruno score then? You need to score the penalties, number 1. And you want to know why Liverpool have the most penalties? Because we have the most touches in the opposition box in the entirety of the Premier League. Case in point, if you actually attack instead of trying to win corners, you get penalties. Oh, that's crazy. So out of those 9 penalties, which one wasn't a penalty? Which one? So Mr. Willie Smallbone, it's his name, but pause. Kicks Nunes in the back, we get a penalty. Big up to Sugiwara, who decides to play MMA with the ball in the penalty box like this. Pow! MMA, he's playing with it. Send location, Khabib Nurmagomedov. A penalty is given. Oh, Liverpool are so lucky. Our XG was 4.6. We destroyed the shit out of Southampton. Within the first 5 minutes, Elliott comes on. He makes Ramsdale make a world-class save. And everyone that very second knew that Liverpool were going to win that game. We have had horrible moments ourselves this season with injuries, with VAR. But I don't use it as an excuse. Away at Newcastle. Salah, all-timer game. 3-2, winning at St. James's Park. Kelleher makes a rookie error. And we draw that game 3-3. If Alisson's there, that game 3-2 Liverpool. I'm 2 points more. I could go on and on and on and on with so many examples. I could go on with examples like Michael Oliver at Everton. The problem is people don't keep the same energy, and I've noticed this. I got called the worst champion, the worst retaining champion in history after I had no centre back fit till the end of the season and finished third. Arsenal have Saka and Odegaard out, and they're saying, oh, we can't challenge because we got 2 players out. Like, what? You're 15 points behind me in March. Ask yourself the serious questions. Why is it every time Liverpool drop points, Arsenal drop points the game after? In one of those clips, Egal, after Aston Villa, came out and said, oh, Liverpool are looking shaky. And then the West Ham game happens at the Emirates. And don't change your energy and start talking about Kroenke's on board, because before that West Ham game, specifically West Ham, I'm only going to talk about that 90 minutes. Specifically before West Ham, we're going to beat West Ham. Are you joking? West Ham at the Emirates, whether we have a forward or not, West Ham are no match for Liverpool Football Club, for Arsenal, sorry. We're going to beat West Ham. No, West Ham, we're going to beat them. We're going to slap them. When I started the watch-along, my first sentence on the watch-along was, guys, this is 1% chance, 99% faith. We know Arsenal are going to beat West Ham in it. That was literally the first sentence verbatim I said as I started the watch-along. The game ends West Ham 1, Arsenal 0. The game after that ends Forest 0, Arsenal 0. The game after that ends Man United 1, Arsenal 1.
Don't worry, they're going to smoke Chelsea, though.
Ever since he said that, ever since he said over my dead body, Arsenal have had 1 point out of a possible 9. 1 point out of a possible 9 over my dead body. Guess what? You've been buried, mate. And the excuses have been buried as well.
Math is not
for the likes of Egal and for the likes of all the Arsenal
we
fans.
got 2 points.
Because you go away to Man United. Because you go away to Man United, and before the Man United game happens, Shik will vouch. He's an honest man, even as my biggest rival. He'll tell you. All the Arsenal fans that he worked with told him that they're going to come to Old Trafford and win. Did that not happen? Did that not happen?
I thought I was going to get smashed up. This is the worst ever United team, all that stuff.
As soon as the game ends, Kroenke out, sack the board. Oh, I'm so happy that Berta is coming. Liverpool are lucky that they're winning this league title. This is the worst league ever. If this is the worst league ever, why is Wolves in 17th place having a forward called Matthews Cunha who starts for all our teams on the panel, whether it be left wing, right wing, up top, or number 10? He would start. All I'm saying is, based on his form this season, he starts. Isak and Gordon start for the best team in the country and in Europe, and they're 9th. Fulham can make Champions League football. Bournemouth, there is no difference between them and Wigan Athletic from 10 years ago. Hugo Rodallega.
Keep going down.
Brighton have won 6 games in a row. And currently are 3-4 points off of top 4. How is that not a high quality league? As a matter of fact, if you want to talk about low quality league, using logic, why don't we say that the City Centurion season was a low quality league because they beat everyone almost? No, wait. I don't think that. Wait. Like, why shouldn't we say that the City Centurions was the worst league ever? Because effectively, the worst league ever is when one team beats everyone. So, okay, Manchester City beat everyone almost that year. So was that the worst league ever? No. We say the City Centurions is one of the best teams we have seen from Manchester City. Your logic is so flawed when it comes to my football club, and I see you tweeting, and I see you talking about VAR, and I see you talking about decisions, and all of this, and I'll land on this point, is because this season you had an unexpected punch. As you tweeted last year, you said, now that Klopp's gone, it's going to be the Mikel and Pep era. Pep fell off this season. Manchester City fell off this season, and you were supposed to be in my place. But instead, here come Liverpool Football Club out of fucking nowhere, top of the Premier League, 15 points ahead in March, about to win it. And now you don't know what to do. So instead of you actually holding your team to account, like Hussam did last season with his own club, even with 15 injuries and 9 points off of VAR, where I had to listen to a certain someone on the panel say, shout out Joel Matip every week, I held my team to account. But instead, what Egal wants to do is undermine Liverpool Football Club. Last statement. Had Arsenal had all their players fit this season, Liverpool would have still won this league. Go ahead.
That is categorically untrue.
Go ahead.
You don't know.
Why were you behind us then?
You can't prove that. You can't prove that. By the way,
why were you behind us with all your players?
There was a mad pause in between that, though.
1 second.
Why?
I don't want to sit here and say a bunch of bullshit to you guys. The honest truth is Liverpool do deserve to win the league.
Wow.
But in the same breath, you
Wow.
can sit here and say they have been quite fortunate with some of the factors that have led to them going on to winning the league in such a dominant fashion. Can both statements not be true? Because
No.
Man City falling off, you are quite fortunate Man City fall off in this season that you go and dominate the league. You are
But
quite
if you won
fortunate
the
that
league, would you not
Arsenal,
have been fortunate?
you are fortunate that Arsenal find themselves in a
But
situation
why did you just
where,
ignore Lewis's question?
If you won the league, you would have been fortunate too.
yeah,
Just 'cause-
100%.
You were even
Yeah.
putting those tweets out saying we're going to win the league because Liverpool have lost their manager and City are losing Pep. Is that not you winning the league just off being fortunate?
Yes, and that's why I'm saying both can apply. But we're not winning the league, and Liverpool are, but they are discounting that people are saying what actually is happening as if it's something to discredit them. Yes, two things can coexist. Liverpool can be playing well and deservedly so, can be blowing away their opponents, but the teams that are supposed to be competing with them and keeping up with them are facing adversity that's not allowing them to maintain that level of consistency. And that is what I'm talking about. People are making it seem like because I'm saying Arsenal have injuries or Arsenal have refereeing decisions and Man City have terrible injuries and has led to a terrible fall off for them, is all of a sudden discrediting everything Liverpool have done. No, it's just giving you the honest facts. It's the reality of the situation.
So how is honest facts for you to tweet PGMOL League?
Okay, this is where the element of luck comes in. This is where that comes in. The reason why I believe this is because Liverpool this season have had the rub of everything almost go their way to a certain degree. When you look at the refereing decisions where Van Dijk could have been sent off numerous times this season for either
And last
kicking
season.
somebody or shoulder or shoulder barging into Anthony Gordon in the Newcastle game, just so many little things. Kanate potential red card situation. We seen that versus Everton.
That's in the
Just
Champions
so
League.
many-
that
there's
He
just
did
so
the
many
throat
50-50
elbow
calls.
move.
To
Also,
me,
that was in the Carabao Cup.
Hussam,
Should have
we
been sent
allowed you
off.
to speak the whole time.
But
I
that's
didn't
not the
interrupt
point.
you. Please. Right? Let me get my points across. Because you asked me about this whole David Coote thing. David Coote's video coming out,
Yeah, how does it help?
from
Tell
that
me.
moment onwards, they could not do any controversial decisions towards Liverpool because there's basically a corruption case on their head with Liverpool.
Okay,
So
why
I
the
think-
game
I
after
think-
we?
I
Why
think
the game after
inadvertently-
Southampton got a penalty against us from a foul outside the box? Then,
Not everything's gonna go your way. They have to make it
but
believable.
literally after the video was released, Southampton got a penalty for a foul
Okay.
outside the penalty box.
in the same breath,
Konate
in the
charge
same
that you're
breath,
talking about was in the Champions League. The Van Dijk elbow was in the Carabao Cup. That doesn't affect Premier League.
are they not English
You want to
referees?
talk about refereeing decisions? You want
The
to talk about
Carabao
Michael
Cup, are they
Oliver
not English
at
referees?
Everton?
I'm confused. What are you talking
Want to talk
about?
about Michael Oliver at Everton? That's not controversial enough for you.
I think he had an amazing refereeing performance, and you guys are just sour. You guys are just
Oh.
sour. You guys are just sour. Listen, long story short.
But
The
when
fact
we
is-
call you out for
Let-
referee decisions, we're not allowed to say that. Oh, you don't. You
No, you
like,
guys tell me I'm
now
sour,
it's-
so I can't say the same thing. Listen, what did he get wrong? Kanate should have been sent off.
Egal, you know what's happening here?
Where?
Okay. Finally, when it comes to this whole thing about Liverpool, I did underestimate you going into this
Yes.
season. I thought you potentially would have lost Mo Salah or one of these guys by now, but no, you haven't. And if you keep them going into next season, you're going to be there and thereabouts again, once again. Arne Slot has done an amazing job. I've given Liverpool some credit. I think this whole thing about what phase is Slot in, I did a whole fucking video on that bullshit today. There's no phase. This guy
There's no
came
phase.
into a team. This guy came into a
Yeah,
team
he's
that's
won
already.
now.
This guy came into a team that's already competed for the league, won league titles, and they revamped. Liverpool did not rebuild; they revamped. They
How many
revamped
Liverpool
two
players
areas.
you
But you
taken
said
in
that they
August?
were going to rebuild.
Yes.
Because I thought they were going to lose Mo Salah, Van Dijk, the rest of them.
Mhm.
That hasn't
No,
happened.
no. That's next season, not this season. Number one. Number two, I'll ask you the same question that you got asked on another stream and answer it honestly. How many Liverpool players would you have taken in your team in August? Go on.
4.
4. So out of the 25-man squad, you've taken 4 of my players, but Arne Slot came into a ready-made team. How
You
does
want
that
to know
make sense?
something?
What
2
phase
out
is
of those
Slot
4
in?
play- I could argue 2 out of those 4 players. Actually, just give me one of them. Give me Mo Salah. We win the league 3 years in a row. Wallahi.
Whoa.
It's a
No.
fact.
So where's
It's not.
Saka gonna
What does
play?
that
Salah-
even mean?
Mo
Give me
Salah-
Saka now they won the league 2 years in a row.
No,
Like,
guys,
what?
don't do this. Don't do this.
That's not true. You can't back that up.
I'm
Don't
saying-
discredit
because
the Manchester
Saka
City
hasn't won
that
the
have been
league.
winning it. Don't do that, guys.
Yeah, I
No,
could have
I'm
played him
saying
on
Mo
left wing
Salah-
instead of Diaz and
I'm
won the
saying
league.
Mo Salah has been that much of a difference maker. We are witnessing a historic season. Fair play. Not only has Arne Slot come in and changed you guys and made you guys better, we're witnessing a historic season for Mo Salah. Van Dijk, who's not missed a single minute of football, the most
It's
minutes
almost like
played
it's
in
his
the Premier
contract
League.
season, huh?
Yeah,
It's
contract
like players
season,
play
NBA
better when they're up for money. It's
It
interesting.
might actually be one of those things. True.
Yeah.
You got
Anyways,
I mean, I see
If you
that
guys
in
have any
every
more questions,
sport. In
please
every
do
sport,
ask.
when you're up against that contract where you either get signed or you get your big payday, they start that year. They have a career year. Everybody in every sport. But for me, I feel like Salah's been at that level, and maybe like last year wasn't at that level, and then this year he's just like, fuck it, I'll get back to that level. So it's a little different with
The
him,
thing
but
is,
it is
last year he
coincidentally
had
funny
most-
that it's also in the contract year.
Thing is, last year he had the most goals and the most assists, and then AFCON happened, unfortunately, and then he
Dude,
got the
he's been
injury.
doing it since Harry Kane was
We need to
fighting
stop
him for
saying
golden
that.
boots. He was like, he
Let's
got
not put
golden
the
boot
golden-
and playmaker, and it was like one more than Salah or Son. Same thing. He tied Salah with the golden boot, and so he's been doing it for years. What he's doing now, I don't know. I think he's just
What he's
He's
doing
one of
been,
now
those
is
really
he's
great
been
players.
consistently
clip.
performing.
Yeah,
Historic
yeah.
clip. But hey,
Yeah, he's been
going
having a
back to
great
the David
season.
Coote and the refereeing thing.
No,
Bro,
hold-
nine
He's too
penalties-
ready.
that.
Can't
nine
get to the
penalties.
World Cup, you know.
You got before you
Nine
do that.
penalties this
Ref.
season.
Hold that, Staffy.
9 penalties this season.
Gal, before you do
in
that, let
one
me say
score
this.
games, in one score games, you have gained 11 points off one score games.
Okay,
Off penalty.
but see, this is the problem I have with you. You just bring a stat
Off what
That-
games?
of one
Of
one score
basically like
game.
2-1,
Of
1-0.
games,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
one
yeah.
score difference.
1 goal difference.
They've
Yeah.
got a penalty in like 9 of them.
Yes.
What does
No,
that
11
matter?
points.
Why
No,
do we
that's-
care?
It's
And also,
it is a bit
I
I
ask you
understand.
again,
You
had a-
pointed
you
out.
said
No,
11
I
points.
ask you again the same
Liverpool.
question, that I asked on the phone call. Out of the 9
Team
penalties
gets a
that we got
penalty.
this season, which one of them is not a penalty?
Sam, I don't have Y Scout.
Man,
All of
I know I have a
I'm
bunch
gonna-
of losses, but they're all
all of
like
Josh-
by
I'm
one
gonna
goal as
pay for
well.
Wise
What does that
Scout.
mean for me?
I'm gonna pay for Y Scout and I'll go watch every penalty. How about that?
Yeah, watch every penalty, every single one of them.
We'll
is
be
a
back
No,
next week.
penalty.
We'll
But
discuss
Bro,
it.
you
even
know
then,
how
you
many
said
games that
11
we've lost
points.
by one
Even-
goal? Most of the games we lose are
Why
by
do we
one
have to
goal.
go back and check every one of Liverpool's penalties just to make sure every single one of them was a fair penalty?
Literally every
Because
single
that's
one of them
what
is
we
actually a
want.
penalty.
No, not everyone's
That's what
gonna
he
be-
asked me.
no.
I'm
Jota-
not-
we
I'm
know
not doing
Jota
that.
dies.
but you-
Let's not
you-
say every
you-
single one. We know Jota dies, but
The Jota dive was not given, Vator. Because they reviewed and they said
only
Jota
dove
dived
once.
and it wasn't given.
he's only dove once this season.
No, the Jota dive, the one that
He
you're
was
talking
injured for
about,
the rest of the
wasn't
game,
given.
Vader. Give him a break.
Okay, I just want to say this. All right, as a man and my club, I've been a victor for I've been very accustomed to winning. Egal,
God,
wait, Jacob, relax. Egal, it's not a good look. I've seen Liverpool fans do this. It's not a good look to talk about, oh, the Rodri handball. Let it go. They won. They deserve to win the league. Don't bring up the whole ref stuff. It's a bad look.
He
Liverpool
brought it
fans
up.
will
I'm
do-
just answering
I
my
know, but I'm
point.
telling you, no, but don't even entertain it. Just be like, you know what, you guys are the better club this season. Your manager got the best out of the players. Your players are playing phenomenal.
believe
Don't do the ref talk. The ref
Yeah, but
talk
see
is
the
weak.
issue, Vator, you didn't even hear his response. He just said he doesn't believe that. Imagine.
I don't believe that.
I'm trying to help him
Wait,
out. He's
but-
not believing what I'm saying.
But
No.
before
Because
even you had one
In-
injury,
I
we were
believe two
top
things
the
can
league.
be true at the same time. They can
No,
be
but they
playing
can't
well.
be. They can't be.
Yeah, 1 second.
In this,
they can.
in the scenario
They
you
can.
said they can't be. Okay,
They can.
explain why were we top of the league before you had any injuries? Then tell
Bro,
me.
last year you fell off because of injuries.
Forget last year.
The
We were
year-
top of the league
no,
before you
no,
had
no,
any
no.
injuries.
You love to do
This
this
year.
thing where you explain things and
last year I was top of the
overanalyze it.
league.
But when it comes to me, I have to be narrow
First 10
with
weeks,
my
right?
response. Hussam,
I'm
you
not
love-
asking you to be narrow. You're
No, you
you're
go-
saying
you-
that
you
I
love
have
to-
no proof.
Hussam, you love
First
to
10
do
weeks,
this
right?
thing where
First 10 weeks.
you mention things to
So,
add to your
wow.
point, but when I mention
Well,
something,
few
it's
days.
irrelevant. Okay,
Couple days.
stop that.
Fair.
First thing, you earlier in this video mentioned the year when Van Dijk got injured and you lost all your center backs, but then you went on to say this season you only had Odegaard and Saka injured, but you have the audacity to go mention Curtis Jones and all these other guys as if they're week in week out starters. Bro, we've had massive injuries, so have Man City, and that has culminated to teams not challenging
Tottenham.
you at the same level that they would have challenged you.
Konate is
Man
not a
City
starter.
and Arsenal have had them have had.
Trent is not a
And
starter.
Tottenham.
Jota's
Sorry?
not a starter.
What are you talking
Gakpo's
about?
not a starter. Alisson is not a starter. That's 6 starters.
Okay, I'm talking about what you said about Arsenal. You said Arsenal are missing 2 starters. That's
When
what
I
you said.
use your logic against you, don't use your logic of me using you against
No,
you.
I'm
against
correcting your incorrect statement.
Wait,
You're
what?
putting words into my mouth.
Wait, what did you say?
You. Okay.
There's a difference.
I asked
You're
you a
trying to
simple
put words
question.
into my mouth.
If
I
okay,
I said you said Arsenal only had 2 injuries, not Liverpool had 2 injuries. What are
no,
you
I
talking
said
about?
Arsenal only had 2 injuries in yesterday's game, in the game against West Ham. When I'm talking
Bro,
about you dropping
Jesus is
points,
not
I'm not
injured?
talking about the whole season.
Jesus not injured?
Jesus. Oh my
Yeah.
Jesus would win you the league if he was
No,
here this
I don't
season.
know what-
Jesus.
So now you're
21.
acting like he's
They
a
were
challenging
starter
on
week in,
Jesus.
week out, like you were
guys are being
saying.
disingenuous. You expect,
But you
expect
not me.
the-
Just
You
named a
expect the
player that
squad-
doesn't start, and you said that for Hassam that he
You
was
expect-
naming
you
injured
expect
players
the
that don't
team-
start.
You expect the team to be out of 3 out of their best 4 starter attackers,
Attacking, yeah.
and you think they're just gonna go out and play well? Take Mo Salah, Gakpo, and fucking Darwin Núñez or Luis Diaz off Liverpool. Tell
Don't
me
say
what the
Núñez.
fuck they win? Nothing.
They'll give
Nothing.
Lewis to anyone.
They're
That's
shit.
not true.
No,
That's
I
not
think you
true.
can. No,
How are you
one second.
comparing
No, no,
Gakpo
That's not
and
true.
First of all,
Salah?
yeah, yeah,
Anyone
you
can
can't-
tell me
Wait,
what-
wait. How are we
can't-
comparing Gakpo and Salah
Exactly.
to Kai Havertz and Jesus?
Yes, you
Yeah.
can't
Havertz and
compare
Bukayo
them.
Saka. What the fuck are you talking about, Lewis?
Also, I think if
Well,
you
we're
take
talking about
off,
the
if you take
strikers,
out
bro.
Darwin Núñez right now, I still
Yeah, we're
think
talking
Liverpool
about
will beat.
forwards.
All the
I still
forwards.
think
Take
Liverpool
That's their 2 best forwards.
Take Liverpool's 3 best forwards off their team. Tell me they go win the game.
It's
Our
see
second
Liverpool-
best
then-
forward
No,
has been
guys.
injured
Their
4 games.
forwards are better
No,
than
guys.
yours anyway.
Tottenham have injuries too.
Stop talking about Tottenham. Stop it.
You think they would have made a
What are we
difference?
talking about?
Stop making this about Spurs.
What are we talking
We
about?
have injuries.
They
Our
don't have
Guys,
enough.
you
Timo-
guys are dishonest.
Timo's
Kai
back.
Havertz would
You
not
guys
have
are
won you no
dishonest.
league.
You guys are
Okay,
dishonest.
I'm gonna
You
answer
guys
your
are
question
dishonest.
without
No, you
being
guys need to be
dishonest.
balanced.
One
Saka-
second, it's just say Liverpool are the better team. And then when somebody says, you know what? If you had Mo Salah, Gakpo, and Luis Diaz out of the team, what would happen? Plymouth
Okay,
Argyle
can I
would
answer?
happen.
Can I answer?
Jesus is not even your
We've
best
seen it.
forward.
Plymouth
He's not even
Argyle.
one
Let
of
me
your
answer.
best
Okay,
But
forwards.
we're
let me
saying
answer
for
this
you to
question.
say that Liverpool are the better team, and then you're annoyed because
Liverpool
we're
are
still not getting
the
that
better
from you.
team this season, but there's been factors in leading to them being so clear.
No,
Okay,
we're saying they
Nothing-
are
nothing
just
else
a
is
better
going
team.
on.
Egal.
They're just a
Isn't
better
Salah
team.
70%
Egal,
of their
one
GA?
second, 1 second. Who's been
Our
our second
fucking
best forward?
Newcastle scored bastards.
Who's been our second best forward
Fucking
this season?
useless West Ham.
Gakpo,
Okay, Gakpo's been out for the last 3 games, 4 games. We won all 4.
because of Mo Salah and other players stepping up.
No, but
Okay,
he's right,
that's-
Hussam. He's
But
talking
you
about
see,
all of them.
this is the issue that I have. The issue that I have,
Bro,
number one,
you've seen this when your whole defense got injured, and you have the audacity to sit here and say Arsenal were not impacted by injuries, Man City were not impacted by injuries. We were. That's why you're 15 points
You
clear.
go.
You would be
Calm
much
down, man.
closer.
okay,
Why are
that's,
you
that's,
lying?
that's
Tottenham
not
are
the point.
impacted by their
First of
injuries.
all,
That's my point.
No, because you lied. Number one, last season, you said when you had all those players out, what did you win? We won a Carabao Cup. Now what? You won nothing this season. No
Hot
silver. one.
stats. Hot stats.
Number one, whether it's attacks or not, they're coming up against Eddie Howe.
I was
Like,
saying,
who are they
fuck
coming
Carabao
up
should have been
against?
mine
Hussam?
this year.
Like, you're
Hussam?
just making this about
Hussam?
Pochettino. This is not about Pochettino.
Hussam?
We won
Yes,
the
you won
Carabao
the
Cup
Carabao
last season,
Cup.
even with all the
Yes, you won
injuries.
the Carabao Cup.
In the-
Congratulations.
Akhi, let
But
me
did
speak.
you-
Let me answer.
Did you
Let me
win the
answer.
league?
Instead of us
Did you
shouting
win
at
the
each other,
league?
I'll give you
Did
time
win
to
the
rebuttal.
league? You
I'll
did
give you
not
time
win
to
the league
rebuttal.
last
I'll
year.
give
You
you time
fell
to
off
rebuttal.
because of
Egal, I'll give you time to
injuries.
rebuttal. I'll give you time to rebuttal. Number one, last season when we had all those injuries, we were still top, but it's when the whole team got injured essentially that we were put in a position where we fell off.
So why does it
And-
apply to you?
Can I speak, Tayyib? The problem is you don't let me land. I just need a minute. It's literally 60 seconds. Just count 60 seconds. Number one, when we had all those players out, we won a Carabao Cup with the children at Wembley. Jayden Dance, McConnell, Bobby Clark, players you don't even know where they play right now. Some of them play in Austria. Some play at Las Palmas. We won a Carabao Cup. That's number one. Number two, I didn't give my team the injury excuse. I said we need to do better. I said we need to sign better forwards. I said we need our forwards to score goals. The same chances that you're seeing Salah create this season, he created last season, but they just missed them all. So don't use your excuses and usurp my thing of what I said about my own team. That's number two. Number three, you still haven't answered the elephant in the room question, which is why were we top of the league ahead of Arsenal, even when you had 0 injuries. And I gave you 4 examples of 4 games where you had no player injured and you still dropped points. Newcastle away, Fulham away, Everton at home, and Chelsea away. All 4 of these games, Odegaard played, Saka played, all the key players played, and you still didn't win all 4 of these games. So I'm giving you objective realities from this season.
Hussam, I've never said injuries is the reason why this is. I've always maintained that injury is the reason why we cannot maintain the title race with you now. This is the main reason why we are not able to maintain it. We're not able to keep it close. We're not able to sustain it. I'm not going back and looking at previous points. I believe if our team was fit for the second half of the season, we would claw this league title race a lot closer. And not only by the performance that I seen at the Emirates when I played you, I don't think you guys are that far apart from us. The difference between Liverpool and Arsenal this season, one has been you guys have been your best players, the Van Dijks and the Salahs, have had amazing fitness and they've been able to sustain it for the majority of the season. They're having a historic season, performing out of their skin. Your team is stepping up and getting results, but do not discount that injuries has been a major factor in why teams cannot maintain the campaign against you and continue to catch up to you. Now, if you want to go back and say we dropped points in the past, yes, we dropped points, but you've dropped points now with players available also. You're telling me with you dropping points, we wouldn't have a better opportunity to capitalize on you dropping points at this moment in the season if it wasn't for some of our attackers being out?
No.
See what my problem with this?
That's a fair
No, because here's my problem with all of this. If you
Same
were to
question
win
with
the league
Tottenham.
with injuries, or if you were to win the league because both of the managers weren't really falling off, you wouldn't hear the excuse from everybody else that, oh, it's worked out in your favor. You'd still just
What
be
are you
getting gassed and
talking about?
everything saying that you were winning the league.
We heard
Yes.
the year 2022-2023 season when we were in the title race before the World Cup and everything. We were hearing you're lucky Liverpool fell off. And then when before Man City caught up, we're like you're lucky that there was a World Cup. That's why it's messing up everything. We were hearing so many excuses up until the point when Man City won the league. People were preparing a laundry list of excuses on why Arsenal were going to win the league. And you want to know
If you
something?
hear a bunch of excuses going against you, why are you dropping excuses back?
You want to know why? You want to know why I am irritated? Is because if Liverpool fans would have just said, you know what, we're going to win the league, and you know what, these teams have been affected by things, but we just been able to sustain our issues better. Fair. But they're not even acknowledging that there was a slight advantage appointed to them because of the adversity that Man City and Arsenal had to face.
But even you yourself,
because
the problem is you contradict yourself. You just
I
said
had injuries all of last season. I never made an excuse for it once.
And in your previous monologue,
you're
you
not in
didn't
the
say
title race,
small
bro.
part,
You're
you said
not in
major
the title
factor,
race.
Egal.
I had
You're not in the
last
title
season,
race.
so
Your team is being ripped up and started from scratch. Lewis, we're not talking about you. We're talking
That's
about
got
teams
nothing
that,
to do with it
we're
being
talking about
ripped
teams
apart
that have
either.
shown. We're talking about teams that have shown that they can compete for the league. Liverpool.
No, I'm talking about the aspect that
Liverpool's the
players
perfect
and teams
example.
have injuries, and it just happens
Liverpool's
in
the perfect
football
example.
regardless of where you
They-
are in the league at the time, Egal.
Liverpool went from competing for the league, getting 90.
You can get injuries
points.
at the top of the league, in the middle of the league, and the bottom of the league. It happens
Bro,
everywhere.
Why is it that people can't get through their heads that injuries are a factor? I'm not saying it's the only factor, but it's a major factor in why Liverpool are
Maybe your
problem. The
squad
word you
building
just
was the
used.
major factor. Maybe that's what it was.
You can say
Okay,
that.
Maybe it's just
That can
Arteta not
be-
being good
that
enough
can-
to get
that
you
can-
across the
that
line.
Can be true. That can be true.
Or
but at
the
same
PR
time,
machine that is
that can
Arsenal
be
Football
true.
Club making
That can be true,
excuses
but the
left,
same
right, and
team that-
centre
the
for
same
their
squad-
shortcomings.
the same
Because that's all
squad-
they've done since I've got into football.
Egal, you're not listening. You want to know the problem? You're not even saying it's a factor. What did you just say? Your own words. I'm completely using verbatim what you said. Major factor. That's the issue.
It
here.
is.
But you see, that's the problem. That's when no one on the
Sam,
panel would agree with
wasn't it
you.
a major
So how
factor
about
when all
not buying
your
a
hold on,
striker
hold on,
again?
hold
How
on.
about
Wasn't
having
it-
an attack that's not good enough to win the league with a
Everybody
heavy
hold your
reliance on
horses.
set pieces?
Wasn't it a major factor when Van Dijk and all your defenders got injured?
How
Wasn't
about
it a major
Odegaard
factor?
just being on the decline again?
Wasn't it a major factor when all your defenders got injured? Yes or no, Hussam?
What?
Wasn't it a major factor when Man City won the league and all your defenders got injured?
Yeah, of course. But I
So
didn't
why
blame.
doesn't that apply to
But
Arsenal?
I
and
didn't
Man
blame
City?
injuries. You know what I
Why
said?
doesn't that apply to us?
I said, you know who I blamed? Fenway Sports Group, because they didn't back Klopp in January. That's why I blamed. And also the difference between me and you is the year before that I was a league champion, so I had something to at least go. Like the same way Vator is saying, oh, you know, Pep has credit in the
Basically,
bank.
you're proven.
At that time, 2 years in a row, 1 year Champions League winner, 1 time Premier League winner.
You see,
So it
you
would
see
have
how
been crazy
Hussam-
to
you
blame
see how
like the
Hussam-
manager or anything.
You see how Hussam is showing his ass right now? Because
How?
There you go.
earlier you said Arsenal fans are saying Kroenke's this, but then when I told you, when I just told you all of our defenders, weren't all your defenders out? You said Fenway Sports Group, so we can't mention Kroenke's, but you can mention Fenway.
Yeah, but there's a
Fly.
massive difference.
Fly, bro.
No, no, no.
Get
You
out
don't
of here,
make
bro.
anything fly. No, no, no,
Or
stop
do you
that.
mention the
You didn't
circumstances?
make
of the
anything
season?
fly. I'll tell you the difference. When we were healthy for 2 years, Klopp, 1 year Champions League winner, 1 year Premier League winner. You were healthy 2 years in a row. You won fuck all. Tell me why.
Bro,
You want to see
2022,
my-
2023 season
what you
was our
want to see?
first year competing for the league. We weren't even supposed to get top 4.
So now you're showing
People-
your ass.
People didn't even project us to get top 4. So
Ain't that the same
that's
for Liverpool
one.
though?
That's one.
Yeah.
Second
No.
season. Second season
too.
last year,
People
we went,
projected us to finish
we
third.
went to the final day. We went to the final day and we lost by 1 point. Bro, on the
2
grand scheme of things, those 2 years in a row, I understand why we lost. I understand what we needed to do to improve. This season, we've been hit with injuries. I understand where we need to improve. I don't think this team has gone too far off from competing for the league. But what you're doing, Hussam, you are discrediting what I am saying by simply saying, look at the last 2 seasons. The last 2 seasons show you that Arsenal can compete. And injuries is the reason why we've fallen off.
But that's
this
not
is
the
good.
question
This is
of
good.
this. That's the question of
Yeah,
this
compete
show.
is not
Is
the-
not why
the issue.
Arsenal can't compete. It's
The
why
reason why we're
can't
15
Arsenal
points
win.
behind is because of injuries and refereeing
And the
decisions.
fact that you
And-
haven't
and
strengthened
that's
your
why
attack, your
And
attack
we're
was
in the
never good
situation
enough to
we're
win
in.
the league anyway, and your creativity's gone down, and you have an over-reliance on set
Why
pieces.
can't Liverpool fans be like, you know what, we're gonna win the league, fuck all you guys, but injuries has been a factor, so so we don't give a fuck. Why don't you just
No,
say
but
that?
the reason. Okay. I tell you.
Why don't you
objective
just say
response.
we don't give a fuck
Okay,
about
okay.
your
I'll
injuries?
tell you. Let me
Great
answer the
show.
question.
Great show. Hit the
Shouting
like
at
button,
each other.
people. Hit the
Just
like
say, I
button.
don't give a fuck
Yeah,
about
yeah,
your
there is
injuries.
no need
and
for us to
Hussam will
shout.
lie.
No one give a
But
fuck
you
about my injuries.
Egal, when you ask a question, let someone answer. Why can't I say this? Because we were top even when you had no injuries. What's so
We had
difficult to
injuries to
understand?
start the season.
Who?
Who?
Yes.
Who?
We had
Who?
injuries to start the season.
Who?
From
was
the
it?
beginning
Who
of
was
the
it?
season, we were managing
Who?
injuries.
Who was it? Who was it?
If I'm not mistaken, was Odegaard not injured in the 6th game of the season?
But we were top of the
Not
league.
the
You
every
said
six
before-
games.
That's not the start of the season.
No,
That's not the start of the
And we
season.
were top of the league when Saka was fit,
It
which is
doesn't-
the problem is
Bro,
the
1
forwards.
second. Do you not realize we did not lose a game until at least the 7th game of the season?
Do you not realize that the draws is the reason why you don't win a league title?
We did not draw a game until the 6th game of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
So
we were
who-
undefeated for majority of the start.
No, you are mistaken because you drew the 3rd game of the season against Brighton.
Oh,
But-
refereeing decisions again.
Oh, bro.
Oh,
Why
my
take the
God.
ball away?
Why
You
you
fucking
laughing?
joke, man.
Oh
I know for a
my.
fact
I
that's
respect
a
it. Egal, you know what? I respect it, man. I do.
I'm
I
sorry,
do.
I forgot
I
about
respect
Even
it.
you
Just
don't
about the
believe
Falcons.
half of this shit.
No, but it's true.
You drew the 3rd game to
first-
Brighton.
It's
And
like
you also
right
drew
now,
to
now.
Man City as well in
Yeah.
the first
Yeah.
game.
Now,
Did against
it's
Man
like
City.
you have to pick
The
one.
first
You have
8
to
games
pick
of the
which one.
season-
Is it
the first
injuries?
8
Is it
games of the
referee
season,
decisions?
We had
What
2
is
red
it?
cards. We had 2 red cards and a sending off. Two
Red cards that were your own fault.
Look, did you
They
see
were
what
your
red
own-
card? No,
Wait,
no,
wait,
Egal,
2 red
Egal,
cards that you were your own fault.
Bro, it was.
Or are you going to take the blame away from your players?
Lewis, they've changed the rule. That rule doesn't even apply anymore. They implemented it to
It
start that
applied at the
season.
time.
And wallahi, go look it up, go Google it. They have officially removed that from the rule book. Arsenal were punished.
You know what this reminds me of?
this
Can I
is
say
like
something
players
just real
do
quick?
it
I want to
and
interject
for it not
because I
once,
haven't
but
really spoken
twice.
too much except for my quick little jab.
You guys
of
know.
Tottenham.
You guys know this.
But you know what
guys-
you remind me of right
Whether
now,
that's
Egal, with
true
these
or not,
refereeing,
the
this
rules were
injury,
there at
this,
that
injury,
time,
that.
and not only
You
did you
remind.
fall for it
I'm
once,
just
you
gonna
fell
talk.
for it
I'm just gonna
twice.
stop.
You
I'm
fell
just not
for
gonna
it
stop
2
fucking talking.
times.
So you're reminding me of that guy that's like always getting in trouble, always going to jail, and then he gets out. He's like, but it wasn't my fault this time. They pinned the wrong guy. It's like over and over. You're just a repeat offender. Over. Eventually, you're either the unluckiest guy in the world, or you're just not as good as you think you are. And I think it might be the latter. Like the benefit of the doubt can only stretch so far when you continually pull on it. So I think that it's really tough to say that, oh, this was because of a refereeing decision or that. We can all go back and point at times in which the referees either fucked us or helped us. And it doesn't matter at the end of the day because it's going to happen. What matters is how you respond to it.
Jacob, 9 penalties. 2 penalties conceded, 9 penalties awarded, 11 points won off penalties. A team that has faced 2 title contenders with their best players injured or at least missing consecutive games this season. A Ballon d'Or winner, Arsenal's Bukayo Saka, who's been one of the best players for us over the last 2 years.
You played City without the Ballon d'Or winner.
Also Martin Odegaard. Plus on top of that,
they have without their Ballon d'Or winner.
Also Mo Salah and Van Dijk, who are their 2 best players and are about to leave next season potentially if they don't sign a new contract, are 30-something plus and have not missed any minutes. Right now, if you go on the Premier League table and you check who have played the most minutes in the Premier League, guess who it is, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who it is? I'm going to pull it up for you. It's Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk. And you're telling me luck does not have a factor? They have been so fortunate. And people are going to say to me, Arne Slot is an amazing
Maybe Arteta shouldn't be playing Saka game in and game out relentlessly for over 2 years.
He's not rotating them.
One second.
He's not rotating them.
First of all, the 5-1 that you keep doing this to the Man City fans, you played them without their Ballon d'Or contender. Second of all,
No. He got injured in that game.
No,
5-1.
5-1. I said 5-1. I said 5-1. I said 5-1. Hello, I said 5-1.
All right, fair enough. And you played us with injuries at
What about this, Vator?
What about that?
Angry. You're just listening to respond. You're not even listening to understand.
We're really doing an injury off.
And I'm gonna debunk your bullshit.
No, we beat you 4-0.
Number one, last season, I think once again, and the season before that, those 2 years you had your whole team fit and you won nothing.
Bro, shout out Nathan Collins. He's putting Brentford out there in 10th place.
Conversations. When they asked you about the Odegaard injury, when they asked you about the Odegaard injury, you switched to referee.
There's something to rebuttal this guy with. He's talking about injuries and who you played with players injured. Number one and number two, for 2 seasons in a row, you had all your players fit and you did not win a single trophy, not a Carabao Cup or a FA Cup or a Premier League or a Champions League or a Europa League.
We can compete.
Let me speak, Yahi. You didn't win any of them. That's number one, with your players playing the most minutes in the league. Number two, when it comes to playing teams without their best players, you just played against Manchester United without Amad Diallo and without Ugarte, and you couldn't beat them. You played against West Ham without Paqueta and without Soufal and without Somerville, and you couldn't beat them at the Emirates. And by the way, Man United also didn't have Lisandro Martinez, who many people consider to be their best centre-back in a back three. I could go to you beating Manchester City. You beat them 5-1. They didn't have their Ballon d'Or winner. They didn't even have Nico Gonzalez at the time. Nico Gonzalez wasn't there. Hey, maybe if I played Man City without Nico Gonzalez, I'd have scored 5 goals too. I can go back to every single game where Arsenal played a team, and I could tell you the list of injuries on the other team. This is just the silliest, stupidest, most opium logic in the universe. Every team on this panel has played against a team with injuries. We have all played against some club in this league who have had multiple injuries. That's the reality of the situation.
For sure.
What does this have to do with this conversation? When you beat Spurs, did they not have injuries? Guess what? When they came to the Emirates, how many injuries did Spurs have? They had Archie Gray and Dragusin playing at centre back. You beat them with a corner that shouldn't have been a corner. That's how you beat them. And I'm the crazy guy.
We only lost by 1, and y'all only win by 1.
And I'm the crazy guy for saying we would have won the league even with all the players fit.
Congratulations, you won the league.
Let me speak, Egal. You spoke a lot of bullshit. We have to rebuttal the bullshit first. So we've already rebutted the point where you play teams that they have injuries. You also play teams that they had injuries. I gave you literally 2 out of the last 3 games. West Ham, 4 of their best players weren't there, and you still lost at home. Amad Diallo, Lisandro Martinez, Ugarte, all out, and you still drew to Manchester United. And Spurs, you beat them with a corner that shouldn't have been a corner, with Archie Gray and Dragusin playing centre-back. So let's not even start this excuse bullshit. And this comes back to the major point which Lewis made, which Jacob made, Shik made, and I made, even Vator made, despite the fact he's AI. The truth of the matter is, even if you want to include injuries in this conversation, it is a minor factor, not a major factor. Because objectively, factually speaking, we were top before you got any of the injuries. We were top before any of your players were out. And we were top when you had Saka. The problem is all the forward line is missing. This is unprecedented. Guess what? You had all your forward line fit, and you still were not top of the league, and you were still behind us. And every time we dropped points, you dropped points. Fulham, everyone was fit, you dropped points. Newcastle, everyone was fit, you dropped points. Chelsea, everyone was fit, you dropped points. And Everton at home, everyone was fit, you dropped points. Mic drop. End of conversation.
Everton's a tough outfit
right?
this year.
Well, what you have to understand, bro, is that this is why people don't like Arsenal fans. I hope you're learning. Because regardless of what happens, there is always an excuse. There is always a get out of jail card. There is always a reason or an if why they were not able to reach their target. And it's something that can push things over to the next season. And it's a circumstance that they couldn't do anything about. Why do you think they're all doing this referee agenda this season? It's because like they've got no excuse for why slots come out of nowhere and just jumped over them in the table. This is why, man, don't fuck with Arsenal fans. It's not just Egal. There's like fuck ton of Arsenal fans. The amount of times I saw Arsenal accounts, bigger Arsenal accounts, talking about the amount of steps that the wall had taken before Bruno's free kick. Who gives a shit?
On national TV? They did that on y'all's nation's
First
TV,
of all, Sky
right?
Sports is gaslighting people into talking about
They are
that.
gaslighting people. Yeah, they want to interact.
No, but it's the Arsenal accounts that chose to tweet it out.
Bro,
Yeah.
Sky Sports tweeted it out before any Arsenal fan tweeted it out. Just to let
But that's
you
the
know.
And the
point,
Arsenal
because
fans
they know
still
that you're
tweeted
gonna
it
laugh
out.
at
They
it.
can use
Bro,
their own accounts, bro.
Lewis, you don't see it, but the honest truth is, we are spoken about and ridiculed the most. Arsenal fans are protective of their own club. Arsenal fans are the first ones to talk shit about their own club. For God's sakes, we have Arsenal fans in our own fan base who will smack down on every single Arsenal fan more than you and Hussam and any other rival. So as much as you guys have this disdain for our own fan base, our own fans have that. And I don't understand. I don't get why we're not any different from any other fan base. The only thing is we haven't won the league in 20 years, so we don't have the same level of clout to be yelling and screaming the way that we do at times. And that is the honest truth.
Excuses.
That is the honest truth. Forget about the excuses. Forget about anything else. If Arsenal won the league the last 2 years, wallahi, none of you guys would be talking about Arsenal fans being unbearable, because the reality of you guys calling Arsenal fans unbearable,
and that's the problem.
The reality of you guys calling Arsenal fans unbearable comes from the fact that we talk a lot, but we haven't won the league in 20 years. That's what it is.
No. It's
No, it's just because you have an
And you
excuse
make
all the time.
excuses, and you
You
always
just have
hold
an
behind how
excuse
next
all the
season is
time.
going to be the season where everything's better,
I
and it never
disagree.
is for you guys.
I don't think we made excuses versus Everton. We didn't make excuses versus Newcastle. We didn't make excuses when we drew versus Aston Villa. There's a lot of results where we did not make excuses.
What you brought up
But
the
then if you
handball.
that was a sad
let's bring
excuse
up
of a team
okay,
performance.
let's bring up the games
Oh,
where
yeah, that
you
was
did bring
a
it
handball.
up.
But
No, let's
once
bring up
again,
the games where you did bring
if
it
I
up.
remember
You
correctly,
just brought up Brighton
if I
in the
remember
first
correctly,
6 games
I
of the
did
season right now.
state that we were 2-0 up. We should have still won the game regardless of the handball.
I don't even remember that, but first.
But that.
What about the
game
size of the
is
ball? I mean, their manager finds excuses out of thin air
Once
as
again,
well.
once
He's
again,
like, that
once
ball
again,
different.
That is a false statement, because the manager's asked a question about a football. He responds.
Oh, you don't
honestly.
care? No, I ain't fucking eating that
Pep-
shit, because you
Pep
know what?
Guardiola
When
said
it comes
the
to
same
Ainge
thing.
Postecoglou, they did the same shit.
Guardiola said
Everyone
the same
regurgitate
thing.
that bullshit about a trophy,
Pep Guardiola
and it's the
said
same
the same
fucking
thing.
thing. But you gotta hold that, because you try
Pep
and hold
Guardiola
the
said the
standard of,
same thing.
oh, he said
The
this
ball's
in front of a
different.
camera, regardless
We're
of the
gonna
question
talk about
asked.
it.
Nah,
He
fuck
was
that.
asked a question. He was asked
Oh.
a question. The ball is
Oh, but
different.
you do that for Arteta, but not for anyone else, huh?
Bro, the ball is different. He was asked a question. I don't
The
think there's
ball is
any issue.
different.
I don't think there's any issue with that.
Left nut,
You asked
right
the
nut.
question.
What about
Same
the question
sack.
he was asked yesterday? What about the question he was
Once
asked?
again, he answered it in the press
You mean the
conference.
one that he ran away
actually went to
from?
the press
The
conference.
one that he ran away from, yeah. What
So
about
he's
He
that?
like-
answered it in the press conference. 'cause you
But
didn't-
like here's the
Bro
thing,
looked like
just
Ashley
to end-
Simpson on
just to end
Saturday
off
Night
this
Live.
conversation,
That's
Chris.
all.
Bro, I don't know why you're
You know.
talking. Ange Postecoglou
You-
doesn't even look
you
at the
did,
camera.
you know.
He just looks down. This is how we are, mate.
Let me just.
Oh,
do
but he
this
was just
super
asked a
chat.
question. We're supposed to be so. Oh, he's just asked a question.
Yeah, he was.
Just walk
That's
away
why
if you're not gonna
Arteta
see-
said
He's
the
asked a
ball's
question.
different.
Anyway, listen. Let me just do these super chats before we move on. to just talk about
Just
the two
Valve asked me to bring a video up first.
Oh.
I haven't seen it, but he asked me to bring this up. So yeah, big up Valve.
Mo Salah and Gakpo, their attack is dog shit.
Liverpool have got a better attack than what we've got, and that's what's going to get them over the line. Mathematically, we're not at the title race.
Outside of Mo Salah, they don't and Gakpo.
Don't do this again. Don't do this again. Don't do this again.
One second.
Outside of Saka being fit for 4 years. Outside of this and this.
Jota's better than one silly.
Jota when he's not injured.
Eh?
Jota when he's not injured.
Yeah, he's better than Havertz.
But he's been injured all season.
He's not better. He's not reliable. He's always injured.
He's not better.
Jota is not reliable.
I would have Gakpo in my Arsenal team over
I mentioned Gakpo, to be fair.
And Martinelli. I'd have Salah. I would have Jota.
Are you telling me you want to have over Jota?
Bro, Jota's linked to Arsenal today. All of you guys are saying fuck off.
No.
I didn't say that.
I'd have Jota in a heartbeat.
You guys want a hospital bed. Man misses minimum 20 to 30 games a season.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying.
But he still scores more goals than Kai Havertz.
Outside of Mo Salah.
So Jota's not better than Havertz then.
I stand by that. Outside of Gakpo and Mo Salah, Liverpool's attack's dog shit. Outside of Gakpo,
the second guy that you're talking about, Gakpo, has been injured for 4 games and we won all 4 games. And now let me just do these super chats before we move on topic. And you know what I find brilliant about this conversation? I actually use objective facts to debunk Egal's point, and all he's using back is what ifs. So it is what it is.
One second. You told me don't speak about a topic, but then when I asked you what you do 4 years ago, you spoke about that same topic. So you're not being objective here. You're suiting the narrative to suit Liverpool, and when it applies to Liverpool, when it applies.
I told you the difference. Did I not explain that?
Why are you allowed to talk about FSG, but we're not allowed to talk about the Cronkies?
Okay, I'll give you an answer. And listen to understand. Don't just listen to respond. The reason why I spoke about FSG in the context of the season that you're asking about is the year before that we were Premier League winners, and the year before that we were Champions League winners. So we came into that season with the best team in the world, having lifted 2 of the most luxurious trophies, one being the Champions League, one being the Premier League. And then the injuries happened, and we were top before the injuries. Had Arsenal been top of the league before Saka and Odegaard was out, and you won a league title and a Champions League in the last 2 years, and then you blame the Cronkies, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But it's the fact that you were healthy 2 years in a row and won fucking nothing. That's why you can't use the Cronkies as an excuse.
Hussam, wallah, I'm done after this. If you answer this, let me know what you think. Do you think injuries have been a factor in slowing down Arsenal's ability to chase you down?
No, because I believe we would have won the league even with you having a full team.
Okay, so I can't reason with you.
Yeah, no, okay, no problem. You can't reason with me. Guess what? You couldn't beat West Ham without Paqueta, without Soufal, without Somerville. You couldn't beat Man United without Amad Diallo, without Lisandro Martinez, without blah, blah, blah. And the one time that you beat Manchester City, it was with their Ballon d'Or winner not there. We can all do this. So, yeah, it is what it is. You had all of your players fit, no injuries, dropped points in 4 games. Objective facts, not opinions. Newcastle, Fulham, Chelsea, Everton at home. All of them, no controversies, no refereeing decisions, all the team fit, and you still dropped points. Anyway, big up to all of you guys in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Are you not entertained? I told you we're going to bring the fireworks today. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let me just grab these super chats quickly, and then we'll try our best to just talk about Chelsea and Spurs a little bit to end off the stream. Big up to Jack, who says, as a massive gooner, Arteta in, please extend boss. Obviously, he's a Liverpool fan taking the piss. By the way, guys, we have 1,000 people watching. Let's just get 500 likes. My voice is gone from debunking all of Egal's crap. Let's get 500 likes at least. Big up to Hamoud Mahmoud, says, Arsenal are the Dallas Cowboys of the Premier League. Egal, except Liverpool won fair and square, not luck. Hey, listen, we brought up objective realities. If he doesn't want to accept them, it's on him. And actually said on MHF, had Arsenal been top of the league and then they had all those injuries, I would understand, but they weren't even top before the injuries. Arteta,
last year, Tottenham were top of the league before we got injured, by the way.
Arteta and Foden are underachievers who are put on a pedestal. That's why Egal's Foden agenda is so cringe. Both have injury excuses too, is what LFC 1225 is saying.
I think that's the wrong comparison. Compare him to Odegaard.
Yeah. Guess what? They've both been trashed this season. Hussam, you got to have more Arsenal 86 on for an Arsenal review and cook that fraud pan fry him, bros. The Tony Montana of the Arsenal copium dealing. Big up more Arsenal 86. Once a co-host of Football Wars, me and Mo go really back. Shout out to him.
I think he'll give you a bigger run for your money than I would.
No, listen. No Arsenal fan can give me any run for the money because I come with facts, reality, not opinions. Big up to you, next games. 15th Zah. We're 15th, is what Gonzo's saying. Yeah, and they had no Amad Diallo, no Lisandro, all those injuries, no Ugarte, and they still couldn't beat them. But big up Declan Rice.
We should have won.
He shushed the Man United crowd in 14th, mashallah. If Arsenal had won everyone fit, we'd still win the league with less margin. I agree.
Wasn't Nunes shushing Southampton fans?
No, he was shushing our own fans because they cook him.
Oh.
Big up to Mark Smith, who says it doesn't matter if City or Arsenal were at their best because Liverpool have still lost only one game and would still be like to be top of the league. That's the thing. By the way, if Liverpool won every game from now to the end of the season, we end the season on 97 points, which would have beaten Arsenal of last year and Arsenal of the year before that. So, yeah. Big up, though. Big up to MNE, who says... I have no idea what that is, and I think you're saying something crazy, so I'm just going to say thank you and move on. Egal, just put the fries in the bag, mate. Find shame, is what Redline Taranga is saying. Egal should bow to Dan's, Clark, and McConnell, who won Liverpool a Carabao Cup. Big up, man, big up. We won something even with the children. You know, one of them plays for Las Palmas, the other one plays for Salzburg in Austria. Can't wait. What's going to be Egal's excuse next season? Unprecedented circumstances. Big up to MK, who says, so Egal, the only way you win the league is Liverpool having half their squad injured. Sounds like you never deserve to win the league in the first place. Fact. If your whole thing is based off of the whole other team just being shit, then you're never going to win it. Liverpool fans literally said we can't win the league when we signed nobody in January. If Arsenal signed someone, they would be closer. They had the opportunity to sign someone, which is why I don't feel bad for them. Simple as. Egal, don't worry, there's always next season, is what John is saying. We need League Gunner ASAP to handle Egal. Don't worry, I handle them. Big up to Africa Cat, says, Egal, I'm sorry you have lost it. You never respect Salah or any of the Liverpool players. Find a new line man, is what Africa Cat's saying. I will say, though, he does respect Salah a lot. Like, he's one of the people that does the most Salah prop from a non-Liverpool fan base perspective. Egal's phone is as cracked as their title hopes. Arsenal fans don't win because of Arteta. No leaders in the dressing room because he can't handle personalities. You can't win without leaders on the field. I think this is more an objective reason because they drop points every time we drop points. So it just makes no sense. Big up to you, Eddie. Big up to Hagisno, says, I guarantee you guys will not win Premier League during my lifetime. Full of excuses every single season. No, the how they can win the league is if they sign Isak, Mbappe, Vinicius, and Liverpool have 20 players injured and City have 20 players injured. Then they will win the league. Big up to you. Big up to Jenny, who says, injury record is not just about luck. Our medical team and the way we play mitigates injuries. It's intentional, not just luck. This is true, which is why you guys cooked me for losing to Plymouth because we played the whole bench. By the way, Arteta brought on Saka while they were beating Derby County or whoever the fuck in the Carabao Cup, like 4-0. He brought him on, imagine. So, yeah, that's don't tell me about luck and all that shit. Now, actually, I want them to believe this is all down to injuries and red cards. They're blind to the fact Arteta's falling off a cliff in 4K. End is coming soon. Big up to TKA, who says we only have ourselves to blame. Simple. Hashtag Arteta out. Wow, TKA finally got his ass off the fence. Big up to Adarsh Patel, who says, fuck's sake, man. Take Mo out, Van Dijk out, take everyone out for the Arsenal fans. Your team failed. Focus on that. Stop blaming other team's success as a reason for your own failure. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, Lewis never used injuries last season, even though he had even more injuries last year. He didn't even see Lavia till this year. Big up to Gonzo, who says, by the way, I never blamed injuries, even though I had more injuries than Egal did this season. We need a cleanser after that. Hit Jacob's music is what Gonzo's saying. We will, don't worry. Who has been better this season, Caicedo or Rice? Caicedo.
Caicedo.
Last year it was a conversation. This year it's not a conversation. Let's just be serious. Anyone want to make a Google Drive files and then share the links? This is a gigantic size of receipts. I got 3, well, actually more. Just send them to me for tour. Maybe we'll make a movie by next week, inshallah. Big up to you. I think Arteta will rush Saka against Liverpool and he'll get injured again. Egal, you can't get injuries again next season. The Guard of Honor will feed. Oh, the Guard of Honor is going to be so just the spit in the face.
I can't hear the injury excuse. Like, how many just comes down to constant overplaying?
Yeah, exactly.
That too.
Yeah. Bringing on Saka when they were...
Squad planning shit.
Lewis, when you bring on Saka when you're 4-1 up against Derby County in the Carabao Cup 3rd round, don't come tell me about Saka's tired. Egal, would you take Virgil van Dijk as captain instead of Odegaard? Forget positions, just captain. Would you take him as captain instead of Odegaard, mister?
Of course.
He had a good game yesterday.
Egal, generational cooking. Hold. I can't lie. I don't give myself W's, but I cook.
Republic flag?
Big up to Gonzo, says time to compare the list of crimes between Egal and Tom Little. I can't lie. Egal is the only one who would give Tom Little a run for his money. Tom Little is a fraud himself. I won't even lie. He's a massive fraud still. He's a massive fraud still.
Hell of a right back, though.
Yes, incredible right back. He also won the Carabao Cup last year. Big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're ready to do so. Please, everyone, hit the like button, subscribe. Just push us to 500 likes. Let's just talk about Spurs and Chelsea to end off the stream. We're 80 likes away. And also, all these guys' channels are in the description. Carefree Lewis G, United Spurs of America, Shik TV, Vator Games TV, Egal Talks Football. Please go give them a subscribe and show them the same love that you show me. Show them the same support that you show me. All these guys are incredible content creators. Go show them the same love that you show me, you guys. And we're going to redirect to Shik TV as well after. Let him talk about the Arsenal United game specifically on his channel, because this one, we had to get our revenge on Egal after so much disrespect on Elon Musk's app. You get me? I had to get my own back. So, yeah. Anyway.
Why you keep saying his name, bro?
I've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years, seen my share of triumphs and buckets of tears. But this year's taking it one step too far. I'm wondering if we'll ever win another spar. Hey, hey, what's going on? We can't seem to win a game, not a single one. Manager.
Spurs 2, Bournemouth 2. Talk to me, mate.
You know,
I won't.
Fuck off, West Ham. Shit bastards. Good for nothing.
Yeah, they lost one. Go on.
You know, when your back's against the wall and you're down 2-0, there's only one thing you can do in that position that you've somehow worked yourself into. And we kind of rolled back. I would say clawed back, but it was more of a roll. We just kind of like rolled up, got the draw. You know, it was a real 6-pointer there that we could have had versus those in the year of 2025, talking about Bournemouth like this is crazy that I wanted a 6-pointer versus them. But reality is they're in a spot in the table in which we're trying to get closer to, and we failed to really do anything. We just looked shit. Not as shit as we did versus AZ Alkmaar, but still not great.
I still think you'll go through in that one. I can't even lie. You probably
Well, you know, you never know how the cookie's going to crumble, so to speak. And I've given up having predictions or expectations of anything. I'm alive. I have a heartbeat. I'm breathing. I'm drinking water, and I'm eating food, and I have a shelter. So I'm going to survive. We will survive. I honestly, my hope with Europa's kind of gone out the window. Like, I love bantering and talking shit, being like, Europa's for me, you know, we're going to win Europa. It's for me and all this other shit. But if we played like that versus AZ Alkmaar, how the fuck are we going to play versus next? We'd have either Ajax or Frankfurt. If we played like that versus any of them, we're getting dominated. Yeah, just not much hope. Just hanging on. Just kind of waiting for the shit to be over, really.
Sounds like a normal Tottenham season.
No, we were top of the league before injuries. I heard that's a good thing.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, you had unprecedented circumstances. Continue.
We didn't account for all these injuries and suspensions at the same time when fucking Chelsea came to town. But guess what? Some would say that was the beginning of the end. I don't know. Why are we even talking about Tottenham? I don't even stream anymore. Hardly. The only reason I'm doing it is because I said I would be on the show, but realistically, I don't even. The fuck is there to talk about with Tottenham? Nothing. Jed Spence. That's about it.
You know what's funny? One person's not here and everyone else is on their phones while you're talking about Spurs. I hear it.
Yeah, like why am I wasting my breath? No one's listening. I don't even want to talk about it.
Get you.
So like.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Dick. My bad. I don't mean to be.
I'm sorry as well. Sorry.
I don't mean to be disrespectful at all.
Usually, when a top
it's Tottenham.
I can't say I blame him, bro. Like
I'm literally messaging this guy, man.
One second. I'll say this: Bournemouth are just better than Tottenham this year. It's just simple.
Well, I mean, I would also say this about their coach that all the Tottenham fans got their knee pads and hotel chairs working overtime for. They fail to forget that this guy's just a diet Ainge. He's going to press. It's going to be a lot of running. It's going to be a lot of non-contact injuries. And he failed to secure a 2-0 lead. You're up 2-0. And you can't fucking see that out for 3 points. You're a fraud. You're a fat Australian. See you next Tuesday.
No.
As far as I'm concerned, fuck that piece of shit. No, that ugly ass Humpty Dumpty looking motherfucker. He could eat a fat one.
Who are you talking about?
Areola, the nipple guy.
Why are you cooking Raiola, bro? It's Bournemouth. Like,
because he's a pussy. And all these Spurs fans in their fucking hotel chairs, oh, yeah, I love him so much. And they just watch him. But they forget he couldn't hang on to a 2-0 lead. That's what we've done. And they all, Ainge, it's just, I'm tired of all of it, bro. You're talking about Arsenal fans are the worst. I didn't even want to butt in, but the reality is they're not. They're second place again in that because Tottenham are the worst.
You know something? Let's play a funny game. How many Bournemouth players get into the Spurs team? On a real, because think about it. The center back definitely gets in. The guy that came from Juventus. The left back Milos is in.
Royson.
Yeah, so Milos is in also. Am I wrong?
I don't know because Spurs have got good left backs. I'm actually not sure.
I'd rather have Milos. I don't know about Hill. I'd rather have Vicario over what's it called? Thing. The midfield.
I hear it.
Midfield is all. I'd rather have the Tottenham midfield, but then the attack, Semenyo, Cliver. I'll have them two in that team easy.
Yeah, I hear it. I mean, well, because all three of them. Because I have Kulusevski in the team, but by the others, I hear it.
No, it's Ainge's fault though. It's Ainge's fault. Just gonna do what everyone else does. It's Ainge's fault.
At least four or maybe five of those Bournemouth players get into your team, so you're not that far off, quality wise.
Sure, I think that's a comfortable number. I don't give a shit about these dog shit players either, as far as I'm concerned. I like Jed Spence, Archie Gray, Lucas Bergvall.
You don't like Son?
What's gonna change? Everything's just the same at Tottenham. Never changes.
Yeah.
The pot calling.
Oh, but Ainge is supposed to have us firing like fucking Real Madrid.
I know what a North London
we literally have changed massively. We've just gone from being 8th to going and being 2 points off winning the league.
Yeah, in the third
winning
year.
no trophies.
Ainge still isn't in his third year. And Ainge also has unprecedented circumstances of about 20 injuries. So
I understand that. I'm not saying Ainge. I'm not talking about Ainge right now. I'm talking about the club in general.
Yeah, you're similar to them more than you think, but at a different level. You're just a higher level of Spurs.
Yeah, I've said that. As soon as Arsenal leave England, they're just Tottenham.
Yeah, you're essentially second, and they're like what 10th and 8th. But you both
unfortunately
win.
We couldn't beat our Dutch team 6-1 or whatever it was. So that was we lost 1-0 off a fucking own goal. That's what we're up to. That's what we're versus alphabet soup. Goddamn, got to choke on a soft soup noodle in the shape of an A and a Z, and it's crazy to me. Whoever dies eating alphabet soup.
Don't forget, Vator last week.
Yes, we are. Let's talk about Chelsea quickly, and then khalas, we'll send you guys over to Mad Brothers.
Yeah, it's like we could end this right now. We don't make me keep doing it.
What's everyone's favorite trophy moment?
Fonzie, you're a piece of shit.
He didn't even wait till the end first.
I can't lie. My favorite trophy moment was Champions League.
Yeah, Champions League.
The armpit one?
In
2008.
The armpit one?
2012.
Treble, I wasn't born, so I can't even say that. But yeah.
Oh, Lewis, you prefer 2012 over the recent one?
Oh, yeah. Levels. Nothing beats the first time. Come on.
Yes, I agree with you. That's why I said 2005 as well. I can't lie to you. Listen, Istanbul.
I can't lie. Being at Porto gets it very close. It's got to be the first time.
I was only 10 years old at the time, but fucking Maldini, Nesta, Kaká, Gattuso, like all the team that they had. And we won with Jimmy Traore. I'm like, yo, there's nothing that like changes that. Egal, what's your favorite trophy moment?
Invincibles.
Okay, fair enough. I know.
My favorite trophy moment was that Europa that we won in the 60s.
The Audi Cup. Big up.
Badass. No,
How the cup winner.
No, I get what you're trying to do, Jacob. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
the
Anyway,
the
Chelsea,
Europa in the
Chelsea.
80s also. What about that one?
Yeah, we're gonna put you out your misery. Chelsea, Lewis, talk to me, mate.
Yeah, so everyone
Talk
can
to me.
basically go back on their phones again for the match review because there's just fuck all to talk about with that game. First half was just spam crosses on repeat.
You could talk
We got
about
a
your
penalty.
feeling headed into Arsenal as well if you want.
Yeah, I'll get through all of that. First half was just spamming crosses and just nothing in the final third. You control the game because it's Leicester City and they're absolute garbage. But yeah, I didn't think our first half was good at all. They got past our midfield too easily, and we were just very ineffective in the final third. I thought basically every forward bar Neto didn't play well, and Neto was just the best one because all he did was just run around. But Cucurella was the difference. Someone had to be. Shout out for Fafana. Came back and already showed what we were missing in the back line. What else? Shout out Caicedo for someone who was like trying so hard not to get a yellow card. He still had a masterclass. Enzo was good at everything bar like tracking runners. He still got bypassed too much for my liking. And yeah, big up Cucurella. And that's about it. That's about it. Like, I want to forget about that game as soon as possible.
Let me ask you a question. Where's our boy Cole Palmer at?
It's actually a really good AI edit, to be honest. But I don't know. He's been out of form since January now. It's just been another poor game. Now, I'm not worried until after the international break, because I think when we have the likes of Lavia, Fafana, Madueke, Jackson back, I think some of the workload will come off Cole Palmer, and you'll start to see him more cook more as a result. I think losing the aggression and the pressing that we have from those three players, and also the directness from Jackson and Noni, meant there's just... I'm asking a lot of Cole Palmer in terms of build-up play and also getting me something in the final third. And he's also just been wasteful too. So it's a little bit of both of that one. But that's why I'm not concerned about this run right now. However, the run is still poor, and I should still be expecting better performances against the likes of Southampton and Leicester City. But bar that, I'm not that worried about Palmer in general.
You've now won the 2 games that we said you need to win to get top 4. So are you confident you're going to get it now?
Yeah, well, top 5 I'm confident we can get. Top 4 is just like, it's there, but it's a fucking walking mid-off between all of us.
Yeah,
so
it's only iffy for everyone.
And we got a tough run in towards the end of the season, so I can't say outright in terms of top 4, but we should be getting at least top 5. If we don't get the UCL this campaign, L. Hell, if we don't get top 4, I'm still going to view it as an L. But if we get top 5 in its Champions League, fuck it, just move on. Move on. Just take the UCL and keep it stepping. And now we go to the Arsenal game next week, and I actually feel relatively optimistic for it. And it's only because we're both mid. So I just don't know who's going to outstink each other in this game. You guys haven't got an attack. Our attack's taking the piss. Don't know what the difference is going to be.
If you guys come to our ground and you play offensive, night-night.
I'd hear that, but not with the front line that you have. And I'll be honest, even with your strongest front line, it would only be Saka that really concerns me.
Oh, but you forget, you give opponents a lot of opportunities to get at you.
Not even as much as last season, to be honest. We're actually a lot better at like shots conceded, shots to goal, all of those metrics because we're trying to control games a little bit more. So I don't really think that's the case. Like, if you guys are at full strength, maybe I'd hear it, but I think there's a chance for us to get something. Something. I don't think it's as cut and dry as walking into a loss like the last 2 times I went to the Emirates. Both times I went in there expecting to lose. This time I'm not really going there expecting to lose.
Last year was terrible for you guys.
Yeah, but even then, the injuries that we had, and we had no Palmer and Gusto, I knew I was walking into an L. And we had Poch in charge.
The funny part is about that comment is Egal can't even say shit to that. Yeah, the reason you won 5-0 is the injuries.
No, but that was always a factor.
Egal, you know,
I was saying this will be 4-0 minimum walking into the ground.
Well, Hussam, that was always a factor.
Egal, you should keep something in mind. You should always be willing to lose a battle to win the war. And your behavior this season, people won't forget about that till the day you rest. If next season, let's say City and Liverpool, God forbid, have like really bad injuries and you end up winning the league, people will cook the shit out of you for the same exact reason. So
you know what? Please cook me. I'll win the league. I don't give a fuck.
I have a genuine question. Are you still going to address Arteta at the end of the season? when the season's
No.
over? I mean, technically the season's already over.
I've
for
already
you, but-
addressed it. I've done multiple videos.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, just with the Chelsea game, we have a question here from Vator. Big up for the super chat. He says, question, Egal, are you confident going into Sunday? What are you going to do? Will you have a chest like the one you did yesterday?
I'm confident at home versus Chelsea that we will come out of that game with a win.
Okay, and
Cool.
if you don't, is there any excuses with Kroenke? Or...
If we get a draw, fair play to Chelsea. If we lose, I will be shocked, genuinely shocked.
Yeah, I don't think Chelsea could beat you at the Emirates. I mean, they could hypothetically, but I'm saying like likeliness. I think draw is fair game. Like it's a possibility that you draw.
I think
that
it could
game.
be
I
a
low-key
draw.
think it ends in a draw too.
Yeah,
I personally think
has 1-1
Chelsea.
written all over it.
I think we're better. I think we're better suited to play Tottenham and Chelsea than we are to play Manchester United and Nottingham Forest.
I think
I mean, yeah,
yesterday,
you guys
you
got
just needed a striker.
Maresca-
Yesterday, you just needed a striker.
Maresca is not what you think he is. Maresca is capable of defending as well.
He did do decent at the Emirates defending, but I do think because we don't have a decent attack, they might get cocky and pull a PSV.
Okay. Listen, I don't want to keep you guys
Oh.
for way too longer than you should.
PSV.
PSV tried to attack us
Like
for majority of the
playing
game.
open. Yeah, I
and
think he
left
meant
too much
to
opening
play
from
open.
behind.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the scoreline. I'm just saying the style that they played with.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Just had
I
to make
hear you.
sure. Just had to make sure.
I hear you. We'll see. I think this episode of A-listers next week is about to go crazy because it's going to be after the Carabao Cup final and after Arsenal Chelsea. So it's going to be an absolute.
You've
thing
already
to
won the
be-
league before the Carabao Cup final. How crazy is that? Usually, people who win the Carabao Cup, it's like amazing. Now you can push on to win the league, but you fucking already won the league and you're gonna win the Carabao Cup.
And you're going to give me a guard of honor.
I don't give a shit about that right now.
You do. Trust me when that picture happens.
Honestly, I couldn't give a fuck. I'm
listen,
not going to Anfield clapping.
You don't have to clap, but your players have to clap.
Hey, the way things
Saliba.
stand, you're not winning the league at the bridge, so everything's perfect.
No, actually, as things stand, we will win it at the bridge.
No.
You might
Like
have
you
to
had
give us
to
a guard
match
of honor.
results. You had to match results for that.
No,
They've
no,
already got
no,
the-
no. You're missing my point. We, as things stand, you're gonna give us a guard of honor as well.
I'd rather that. Genuinely, I'd take a guard of honor any day ending in a Y over you winning the league at my ground. Fine.
Yeah,
I'm
I
happy with
hear it.
that.
Yeah, I hear
Easy.
it. I hear it. I actually agree with you because I think guard
We've
of
already
honor.
won
is
What
the
if they
league
just say
before.
no? Can they just say no?
Lewis,
Like,
we
I'm not
already
going
won the
to
league.
partake.
It's not compulsory. They don't have to.
Listen, this is a hypothetical question that people ask every time there's
No,
a
like-
league winner. But at the end of the day, just as a sign of respect, because it's like a thing where, okay, if you win it, everyone's gonna clap for you as well. So just don't be a mug, just clap and that's it. I mean, listen, if
I would just go
Arsene Wenger,
keep warming up for the game. I would say, fuck
do
them.
it for
I'm not going
Bernardo
to clap
Silva.
for you and stand
listen,
there.
if Arsene Wenger clapped and his team clapped for Robin van Persie and stuff, like it's not that deep for them to clap at Anfield. You know, Saliba and Gabriel clapping.
You've
for
already
Konate
clapped
and
for
Van Dijk.
Liverpool.
No, but like, think
Yeah,
about it.
they
If you're
clapped
one of
for us before.
Arteta's players that have been there for
Yeah,
all
Robin
the
van Persie.
second places that they've gotten, you know, you got to be sitting there like, fuck this. I ain't going to clap for your bitch ass. Maybe that's just me. And I'm not, you know, I don't eat with 7 forks like they do in England either. But I'm just saying, that's weird. I would never clap the people I was trying to fucking beat. I don't know. That's just me, though.
Listen,
I'd
it's just
rather
Arsenal
kick 'em in the
clapping
face.
for Liverpool at Anfield is going to be beautiful just because, you know, they're going to be clapping for all the players better than them. Egal, would you take Arteta over Arnie?
I refuse to answer any questions at this point.
Just say it with your chest, even if it's a yes. Just say yes. Who gives a shit, honestly? If it's a yes.
Miguel, honesty. Just
say yes.
Honestly, if Arteta's manager of Liverpool, they also win the league.
Okay, but can you answer this question? Would you take Slot over Arteta? Adi, you can say no, yes, like no one's gonna
I would
like.
take Mo Salah
you.
over what I have.
Oh,
But
that's
Slot
not the question.
Arne Slot's done well. I'm still keeping my manager.
Okay, that's it.
Alright.
That's the answer. That's it. You would
Go
keep
on.
Arteta. Done. Jacobs, your cheeks have already been clapped by Liverpool. Fonzie, I don't get why you keep going. First, it's always the Canadians. It's Gonzo, now it's Fonzie.
Bro,
I love it.
I get it, right? They want a piece of me because I got them tariffs.
What the hell?
Anyway,
All right.
this stream is gonna take you over to Shik TV, guys, because they're about to go start Mud Brothers, of which Egal is there as well. I'm gonna come back live with the PSG International. I'm gonna ask him about all the Liverpool disrespect on his platform. I'm gonna cook the shit out of him as well. You get me? So that's gonna be a
Say what up
fiery
to my
one.
brother.
Say that again. Sorry.
Say what up to him. He's one of my guys. I like him.
Yeah. I know. He probably did some streams with you before he played you, right?
You know what he said? He said, when I said, give me freedom, give me fire, give me a penalty or I retire. That's Liverpool season. He's like, cook. I was loving it.
Yeah,
Good
of course
vibes.
he'd say that. But don't worry, I'm
Good
gonna
vibes.
cook.
And also give me a corner.
Listen, today is the day of revenge for me. Cook
but it's
Egal,
got
cook
fun,
PSG International. This is how we represent Liverpool Football Club on this platform. Anyway, this stream is gonna take you over to Shik TV. Like this video on your way out.
Come on, you
Subscribe to the channel.
Spurs.
Take
Alphabet Soup ain't got shit on me.
I've been a Spurs fan for 20 long years, seen my share of triumphs and buckets of tears. But this year's taking it one step too far. I'm wondering if we'll ever win another spar. Hey, what's going on? We can't seem to win a game, not a single one. Manager, and we need a new plan. Gotta get back on track like only Spurs can. Every Saturday I'm glued to the screen, hoping and praying it's not another bad dream.